Hard to believe it's definitely only been a week since we last recorded.
Yeah, I'm still very tired from the one we recorded last week. And that's it. Nothing else.
No, I don't know. We recorded the last one. What I'm going to say, summer 2019. COVID was just a beautiful dream in the future.
We're back on the WCW Nitro schedule of one every 6 months.
It was a lovely schedule. It was a manageable schedule.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you want to drag ourselves off our asses and do one podcast this season?
Mm-hmm.
Equinox.
Equinox.
We were on a once an Equinox schedule.
Big surprise for everyone. Different locale.
Yeah.
We are in the underground lair of one Scott Q. Henson.
That's correct.
We're doing this in the dark with a black light on, and it is disgusting in here.
Well, we have a bunch of UV body paint on, or so we called it.
It's something that shows up in the UV light, that's for sure.
Lots of cool designs on it.
Yeah.
I would, if I was to equate it to a 20th century artist, I don't know, Jackson Pollock. What do you think?
There's a lot of four-lined 90-degree angles going on. all over the place. Some snail trails, as it were. Some ropes.
Shooting ropes. Always a term I will never get tired of.
Me neither.
It's great.
It's pretty gross.
Before we
That's my spidey web.
Further into Come Talk, let's make an announcement. First of all, I'm Scott, and that's Drew.
Hi.
At Not Scott Henson, and of course...
at Syrian Softpaws.
Oh, almost three of there. Almost forgot.
Nope. I didn't.
I'll trip you up.
I was taking a breather.
I'll catch you. I'll one day catch you.
Oh, he's a cooking of something up.
I'll one day catch you forgetting your own name. That's the dream. I'm Scott, and that's Steve. So that you're, of course, listening to the news, formerly and futurely known as the worst year of our lives. Once the news sues us. Which news?
How can the news sue us?
Who's going to come for us? Well, who's the best news?
OAN.
Oh,
they're the only real news.
Sounds like ORN.
ORN. Oh, these are my OR scrubs. Oh, are they?
Are they? My officially regarded scrubs. I'm highly regarded. I'm mentally regarded.
I had a nice chuckle to myself the other day thinking about somebody pitching Doogie Howser, but he's retarded.
What might you call that?
Doogie Howser MR.
And do they already make that show under the title The Good Doctor,
they
starring
do.
Freddie Highmore?
They do.
And who else is in there? Richard Schiff?
Ah, yes, from Jurassic Park: The Lost World. He's Eddie Carr, who gets eaten by the T-Rexes. Gets ripped in half.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he
split him down the middle.
Came back strong for the West Wing.
He did.
Yeah.
I had a good chuckle at the idea of an executive going into an office and saying, "Okay, do you remember the show Doogie Howser?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." Yes. Okay, what if he's completely retarded?
Keep talking.
Yeah. I stopped drilling. You've struck oil.
Yeah.
What if we make the retarded Doogie Howser get into a relationship with a regular woman and he doesn't understand how it works?
I like that. Hey, I like when he's originally pitching it. Hey, do you remember that kid doctor show that turned the kid gay? Y'all want to do that again?
Oh, don't worry. The kid who turned gay is going to come up later in my review of something.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm intrigued and interest is piqued. Announcement that we meant to get to earlier. You asked for it, most likely, and
you wanted it, but you didn't know you wanted it. But you know what? Look what you were wearing.
You
wanted it.
Come on. All Request Spectacular coming back with a vengeance. Send your requests in starting. Hold on, let me check my watch. And 3, 2, 1, now. Send them in. Here's what we're going to do. $20 a pop. What do you think about that? We had a big off-air conversation. There was yelling. There was tears. We landed on $20.
Both from Scott.
Both from Scott. I'm not ashamed to say.
I'm not above admitting that I scream cried.
Yeah, I did. All right. But look, we need a little bit of money for a couple various endeavors.
Beans and tails.
You know the drill, guys. So $20 per movie request. Absolutely feel free to send in more than one. And
also feel free to send in more than $20.
And that is very much also on the table. You can send in more than $20 of it. You can send in 20 for the movie plus however much tip you want. And believe us, we can take some tip. I got him.
You did. even in Scott's tight little bottom, he can take some tip.
I don't want to. Yeah.
I don't want all the tip.
I don't want to exaggerate.
I don't want the whole tip. I just want a little tip.
Some tip.
I want to feel the rush of the fear of something going in.
The rush of the fear. That's like a.
What, you don't fear something going in?
It's like a Jack London novel.
I think of it as like a Jack Ryan, like
yeah,
the rush of the fear.
Yeah, so that's the deal. If we get too many movie requests, which is a great problem to have, we'll split it up into 2 shows like last time, or 3. Fuck it. Give us your worst, honestly.
Do it so that the rest of the season of this podcast is us splitting up your movies into episodes.
Yeah, that's fine.
95 movies an episode for the rest of the season.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too many. So go nuts. $20 per pick. If you want to send more, fantastic. PayPal.me/NotScottHenson, and probably list your pick in the message with the money, or else we'll just guess and watch. We'll probably just keep watching The Strange Thing About the Johnsons if you don't specify.
Now you're talking.
Well, but we'll review it as many people as forget to write a request. We will watch and review The Strange Thing About the Johnsons that many times.
And each review will be different.
Each will be different. Each will come from a different angle.
Yeah.
We'll look at it from a socioeconomic standpoint. We'll look at it from a racial standpoint.
One will be pro-son. One will be pro-father.
I call pro-son. We might have a formal debate where we take both sides at the same time.
Yep.
And follow Robert's Rules of Order.
We might kiss.
We might kiss about it.
Also, don't forget to let us know what you would like to us to refer to you as with your request.
Don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see? But yeah, if
you want us to call you something specific, not Daddy. We're not calling you Daddy.
Don't give them the option. There's going to be so many requests from Daddy.
This one
now
was requested by Daddy.
Daddy again, but a different Daddy than the last one, to be clear. Yeah, if you want us to call you something other than your full name, address, and social security number,
legal government name
that appears on the PayPal, then specify. Otherwise, we'll
tell everyone your secrets.
We'll call you Ray, or we'll call you Jay, or
might call you Gay.
Might call you Gay. Ray Gay Johnson. That old. I've never seen the actual one. I've only seen the Simpsons reference to it. I don't know what he's just one of those guys, I guess I'm going to say in the 70s where you didn't have to be funny.
No. You just had to have a catchphrase.
You just had to sort of have a gimmick and you were good cuz like we hadn't quite figured out stand-up comedy yet.
No.
So you could just be a guy and like Ruth Buzzy. To quote Jimmy Pardo, what does she do? She just hits people with her purse.
Yeah. It's a real white Bernie Mac situation.
And she's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a white Bernie Mac.
You really only you had to have a one-hit thing that just got the crowds going, and that's all you had to do.
Yeah.
You didn't actually have to have a point of view. You didn't actually have to have any jokes.
No.
Nothing had to segue into something else. It was literally just the thing people wanted to hear you say. Yeah. You say it, and they laugh for 45 minutes.
How infuriating is it that Jimmy Walker will not say dynamite when he does stand up?
Pretty infuriating, I would imagine, for
That's-
people that go to see him, which is like not very many
Which
people.
not
I
many
imagine.
people, but there's a few. And come on, say the line, Bart.
But it's also like those bands that refuse to play like
Their
a
hits?
hit song from like something that was their most popular song.
We're playing our whole new album 3 times.
Or like not even necessarily just like new albums, but like there'll be like, for example, one of my favorite bands is
Leonard Skinner.
Clearly, and they won't play. Okay. Anyways, no, like one of my favorite bands is a band called Warpaint, and they had like their first sort of like exposure was this song called Elephants, but they hate it and they refuse to play it.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to hear them play it.
Play the
And at their
song.
concerts, they even like joke about it. Like they'll play the first 2 chords
no,
of it
no,
when they're
That's-
like transitioning songs,
that
you know?
is fucking
Or
bullshit.
or like one of them will just sort of like jokingly say, like, you know, away from the microphone, like, "Hey, what about elephants?"
what if we?
And then everybody kind of like pops, and then they go like, no, and then they play something else.
You bitch.
Like, I don't know why they hate it so much. It's literally one of their most popular songs.
Like, I understand, like, being tired of playing your hit over and
Sure.
over, but you got into the wrong industry if you have such a problem with it.
Yeah.
Also, even if you're going to do what they're doing, the way to do it is to ignore it entirely, not to fucking tease people.
Right. Not like
That you're gonna do it
yeah,
and then
exactly,
say, fuck you.
and then just make people like want it more.
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, maybe they're joking, and they'll close with it, and then like, nope, never played it.
And then they don't.
Yeah, that's just a weird thing. But yeah, I can't.
No Bam second encore. No Moon River
No
for
Moon
you.
River. Moon River. I almost said something else.
Oh my god.
Andy Williams is a known racist, right?
I mean, he's
A white man.
a white man of a certain age.
Yeah,
So probably.
he's definitely dropped some N-bombs on
he's-
stage.
On stage. Maybe. Maybe he has.
He's no Will Ferrell on
Look.
live Saturday Night Live, but
Ooh, that dress so scandalous. And you know, another beep. Like, unbelievable.
Amazing.
On national network TV.
amazing.
King.
And no one was ever mad at him about it.
No one.
He got away with murder.
Ever.
He's O.J. Simpson.
He is.
He's white O.J. Simpson.
I hope he never kidnaps and robs people for his memorabilia.
What a stupid thing to get caught for. Stealing back your stuff you lost because you went bankrupt.
He couldn't help himself.
Well, he is a certain kind of person.
No one's. That's maybe the closest to the sun anyone's ever flown.
Yeah.
Is to get away with cutting your ex-wife's head off and then still going to jail for stealing back your memorabilia you had to sell.
Yep.
King.
Rest
in peace, King. I assume he'll be dead by the time this comes out.
Yeah, very possible. So yeah, what do we touch on? $20 a movie. Send the money to you. Say your name. Pick the movie. The cutoff date.
Cutoff date, February 15th, day after Valentine's. Here's the deal. Your sweet thing, your paramour gets you some nice cash for Valentine's. Happy Valentine's. Here's $40. You go ahead and send that on to us, all right?
Yeah.
PayPal.me/NotScottAnson. Guess what? That's 2 movies.
Or you know what? Guess what? We'll be your Valentine.
You know what?
But only if you send us money for movies.
And if you send that tip, we'll definitely be your Valentine. If you go over and above that 20, hey, guess who just got a date for the 14th?
And I have full permission to tell you that you can do whatever you want to Scott's body. If you send that tip, Scott's body is your
You
wonderland.
push me down, make me wear a dress, knock out my teeth, fuck my mouth, whatever you want to do, guys. You like that one?
Kiss him on the back of the neck.
Kiss me on the back of the neck, little nibbles, whatever.
Whatever. Anything.
Anything.
Nothing's off the table.
Yeah. Everything is in play.
Everything.
Yeah. You're going to like the way you look.
Except for Namibian and Korean.
Yeah. No. That's
That's
too far.
I love him.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, check out Michael Ian Black, interracial photographer.
Yeah, it's great.
From
Inside Amy Schumer.
from a good show, from a good person.
Yeah, noted
Inside
good
Amy Schumer.
person.
Here's the thing.
Noted, not the worst person you and I have ever met in person.
Legit the worst comedian we've met in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, not, and actually, like, I don't even know who last
you know
is.
what?
She's in her own league.
You know what? The worst person I've met live ever, and I met Chris Benoit.
that is true. You met Chris Benoit, and he lied to Kelly's face.
and you know what? Amy Schumer, still worse.
Still worse. Still more unpleasant.
Still more unpleasant.
I bet Benoit was fine.
Didn't even say a word to us.
I feel like Benoit was pretty chill until like June 24th, 2007.
Yeah, and I met him
then,
maybe a year before that.
Who among us hasn't had a bad day?
Yeah. Who among us hasn't had severe brain damage and decided to suffocate their challenged child and their wife and then drink a bunch of beers and hang themselves with their workout machine?
Yeah.
Exactly. He was just having a bad day. It was a case of the Mondays.
Metallica, Ride the Bowflex.
Okay. All right. Is that enough of our housekeeping for the thing?
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
You want me on pillow?
Now,
you want me to jerk you off?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I want you to milk me. Give me the old milking.
I don't think regular housekeeping will just milk.
They would.
I think you need you need to call to the front desk special for that.
Okay. Hey, there's a mess in my room. Can you send up the big dogs?
That's the code.
Yeah. The big dogs.
Send in the big dogs.
Send in the big dogs.
Yeah, that's not
Those
just like
lovely, scruffy big dogs.
Yeah,
send in those poodles and Rottweilers. Send in the big dogs.
Yeah, that's not stock housekeeping.
No.
That's a special that's like a certain code on your touch tone phone.
That's something that you
Down
need
to
to
the
arrange
concierge.
hours in advance.
Yeah,
those people just aren't on standby in the hotel.
That's maybe even a call to the hotel before you arrive.
On my third night there, I'm going to need the big dog, please.
Why is it the big dog?
Hey, it's got to be called something. You can't just say, hey, on my third night there, I'm going to need a milking.
I'm going to need a good milking.
I guess you could ask for a milkmaid.
Mm.
Yes. On the Wednesday evening at 9 p.m., I'd like a milkmaid sent to my room, please.
Or just like order a milkshake with room service, but wink into the phone. They know. A good concierge will know.
That's true. Especially Tim Curry. He knows.
One of the best.
So last time we did the all request, the money was put towards me buying several Blu-rays and Criterions. Which
is really sort of a perpetual motion machine type thing where we watch movies for money in order for Drew to buy more movies. It's sort of it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's something. I think it defies the Newton's laws of thermodynamics.
What we should have done is the movies that I bought with that money should have been the movies we did on the podcast.
Sure,
but then I'm in charge, and I don't want to be in charge. Which is great. Now that we're at your house, I don't have to be fucking stat boy anymore. Now you have to look stupid things up on the internet for me.
Don't mind if I do.
However, this time around, that money is going towards Beans and Tails.
For real.
For reals.
So get on it. You don't want us to be sad, do you?
You don't want me to make Scott yell cry again, do you? Because he wasn't really happy about it the first time.
He can do it very easily.
Very easily.
He knows all my triggers.
Everything triggers you because you're a goddamn snowflake.
Diversity. Passing the Bechdel test. Can't take it.
Loud trains.
Well, I tried to talk back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's weird being in Scott's place of residence, as I haven't been here for, 3 years.
Well, the ban has been lifted.
And I'm looking around at his massive collection of Thomas the Tank engines. All neatly arranged in size from smallest to largest.
And then alphabetical in case of similar size.
Yes.
As the tiebreaker.
That's it.
I was trying to pull a Thomas character besides Thomas, but Percy.
Percy.
Is there a bad guy train?
Yeah,
there was, right?
The one with the unibrow.
Was there one that was? Oh no, we've done this before because there are ones that are like racially coded, right?
Yeah. We definitely done this before.
There's like a Latino one.
Yeah, there's
a Jewish one, right?
Yeah, he's no,
whatever the next thing you're gonna say is, just give it a pass. No good can come. No, take a knee.
All right,
just
The Jewish one was the one that has the safe in it in the back.
You know what? You came back strong. It's the one that transported the coins.
The coins.
You know what? See? That was nice. A rare case of not first idea, best idea. Second idea, best idea.
I have a name for it.
For the train?
For the compartment that's holding the money.
What's that?
The Keikel caboose.
Okay.
Well, and we just got banned from YouTube,
Oh boy.
Are you making a timestamp so you can delete it?
No, I've already forgotten.
Okay. Well, it also didn't happen.
No. You can't prove it.
It's the news. I'm just stating the news. That's what it was called on the show.
That's what the script says.
The script says.
We're reading the news.
The news. Oh, man.
So that's that. We got that.
It's not even the worst thing I've said in this podcast, but...
Probably not.
Nope.
It's not the worst thing you've thought on this podcast.
No. I say some really bad things and think some really bad things. I'm a horrible human being. Yeah, so...
What'd you have?
Those are house cleaning.
Our house cleaning.
House cleaning was that.
You've cleaned house.
Now... Now... I've got some excellent movies to tell you about, Scott. Two of the best I've ever seen.
How was your Christmas holiday viewing?
Well, I'll tell you. One of them was the newest installment in the Matrix trilogy, now a quadrilogy.
The Matrix, let's get it started.
The Matrix for the new batch.
The Legend of Curly's Gold.
The Legend of Curly's Gold. Where Curly dies, but he secretly has a twin brother who knows exactly the same things as Curly. Which I didn't realize. Because have you ever seen that?
That's a fantastic question. If I have, when did it come out? When did the first one come out?
88?
88? Okay.
88, 89?
I saw the first one in the first house I ever lived in.
Okay.
Which I moved out of in 1989.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen 2. Curly's Gold.
City Slickers. Oh, there's City Slacker. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
91.
That's Robert Altman's City Slickers.
Yes. 91 and 94.
Oh, so I did.
Later.
Okay, so I have a false memory of where I saw the first one. So that's cool. That speaks well for my brain health.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I've seen neither. Maybe I just saw Mr. Saturday Night and I thought it was City Slickers. Is that on the table?
You know what? Very possible.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the reference of the set of City Slickers to The Legend of Curly's Gold was in Beer Fest. When Kevin Heffernan's character, remember he drowns in the giant vat, and then he has the twin brother, and he's like, no, it's fine. My brother literally told me everything about you guys. I know everything. And then they're like, oh, and he's like, oh, and please just call me like whatever the brother's name is. So there's no confusion.
Yeah.
Was like a reference to that. Like a making fun of the fact that Curly's brother knew where all of the gold was, like knew everything, and they just acted like he wasn't Curly.
I like it.
Yeah. Pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Broken Lizard.
Shout out to Broken Lizard. Although I feel like the last few things they've done have been mediocre.
Broken Lizard is something of a diminishing returns situation.
Did you watch The Baby Makers?
I didn't watch The Baby Makers.
Did you watch The Slammin' Salmon?
I think I did watch The Slammin' Salmon.
Did you watch... Actually, is that kind of it?
I mean, Super Troopers 2.
Oh, yeah, Super Troopers 2. Yeah. And then my favorite show, Tacoma FD.
Oh yeah, that's a shame.
It's a good laugh. I like it. I like it a lot.
Is it?
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Has it been renewed?
I don't know.
I'm gonna see what's going
What
on.
do I like more, Tacoma FD or what the fuck? Oh, Sirens.
Yeah. There's a season 3 in 2021. What's Are we done or are we still going? March 28th, 2019 to present.
Yay!
Third season premiered on September 16th, 2020.
I haven't seen season 3.
You haven't even seen season 3?
Nope. I've seen 1 and 2.
Oh, this is very exciting for you.
I bet you I can watch it later.
And maybe you're...
You know what? I'm going to go home and watch it.
Maybe you're getting more.
I'm going to go home and watch it.
Ooh, this one's going to be all COVID-y. Season 3, episode 1 is called Quarantine. So that'll be fun.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm in. I'm invested. That's my evening. I'm going to finish Love on the Spectrum. Then I'm going to watch all of season 3 of Tacoma FD. That's a good night. That's a good night.
What a day. The opening theme of Tacoma FD is Hot Blooded by Foreigner.
Is it?
It says it is.
No, I don't. It's got like a song, like a. You can't play it.
Let me ask you this. I don't need to play it.
No.
Are the lyrics Hot Blooded? Check it and see. We've got a fever of 103.
No.
Does that sound
It
familiar
might
to
be
you?
the same tune.
Maybe it's the tune.
But it's like literally the only words in the song are Tacoma FD. So they might have just like taken the song, no lyrics, but I don't think it sounds the same. But maybe
Tacoma F fucking D. Tacoma yeah.
F and D. No,
No?
maybe they changed it for season 3 and I don't know. Maybe they got the royalties to
They finally paid off
who is it? I don't even
Foreigner.
Oh, Foreigner, sure.
I'm sorry, season 3 is being produced by A24?
Sick.
Sorry, is season 3 the art season?
Sick. Yeah, I'm down.
That's very interesting.
Yep. It is. I like it. It's very interesting.
You know what? I'm just going to watch season 3.
Yeah. You're going to get all the artsy fartsy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a lot of big one shots.
Yeah.
A lot of
Moonlighting.
Wow. We know what
Moonlighting.
A lot of moonlighting, a little Bruce Willis.
I want some beach jerk offs.
Hold on, is that what moonlighting is about?
Yeah.
Is it about Bruce Willis getting a hand job from an underage black boy?
Yes. Or giving one.
Or giving.
Giving or receiving.
I don't know the dynamic.
Me neither. Also, I don't know what his kinks are.
I also always confuse moonlighting and moonstruck.
Ah, no.
Because they happened in the 1980s and have moon in them.
Sure.
And until I see something, all that matters are the words.
Because you're autistic.
I'm neuro very typical. I'm the most neurotypical. I'm the most neurotypical person in this room. A lot of people are saying I'm very neurotypical. And when people come up to me, Scott, you're the most neurotypical person I've ever talked to. It's great. They're beautiful people.
A lot of bad hombres.
Some of them may have been bad hombres, but they said very beautiful things about me. I wish you could see the wild gesturing with my hands I'm doing. Donald Trump. Catty bitch.
You know, Scott, if you keep doing really good impressions on YouTube, you'll get hired on SNL to do really good impressions.
That's true. I could be the next James Austin Johnson.
Yeah.
A reference I have made to no less than 10 people, and not a single one has known who I'm talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to keep cranking it out until I get it.
I like watching that, the first episode of the season, and then I sent you a message and just said, so this guy's just an impersonation.
He is a YouTube impersonation
He's fucking
guy, yes?
Frank Caliendo.
Yeah.
That's all he is. He can't do anything other than an impression.
But not fat.
Yet.
And with a crooked nose.
Yet.
Oh, you're going to...
And bad teeth. But yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
You think JAJ's going to plump up, huh?
Maybe.
Is that your big 2022 prediction?
Maybe.
The guy who does Biden on SNL gets fat?
Yeah, does Biden, also does Trump, also does this, also does that.
It's
literally just like a him show now.
Yeah.
Because like he does everything. He's in like every sketch as someone.
Yeah.
Which is lame, I guess. It's kind of lame.
So it's almost like SNL itself is lame.
Is lame. Yeah. You're a big Andrew Dismukes fan?
I'm a fan of them crazy ears.
Or Chloe Fineman?
She's fine, man.
Yeah, okay. Or Keenan Thompson?
He's Tom's son. I can keep doing this. Give me more. Give me more. Tell me what the lesbian black one.
Punky Johnson.
She's John's son.
What's the weird one that looks like an alien? The new featured player guy.
Oh, he's
got a silly ass like Greek name.
Aristotle Atari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aristotle Atari.
He's a handsome alien.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
beautiful. He's too beautiful for sketch comedy, by the way.
Yeah, and too beautiful to be a human being.
And too beautiful to be a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an odd one, which is why from the bits I've seen this season, he's had a total of maybe 4 seconds of screen time.
He had like...
Or did he get to do something?
He had like a weekend update segment where he was like a comedy robot, which was a few minutes.
Oh, interesting. They had the non-human play a robot.
Yeah. And then there was one where he and Melissa Villaseñor played, I think German tourists or something, and they were singing at a karaoke, but he was also like very robotic in German.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all he gets to do.
He's an interesting guy.
I love them hiring based off of what, like, instead of hiring people that have a broader spectrum of what they can do, they hire people specifically for, you can do this kind of character.
Yeah.
So every character you do in every skit is going to be this character.
This is what you will be doing.
Exactly.
Here. I hope you're okay with that.
But they couldn't use fucking Tim Robinson for more than one season. Kiss my ass, Lorne. I'm glad you're dead.
I was thinking, like, Lorne Michaels is very much the Vince McMahon of SNL.
Yes.
Like, no matter how old he gets, he still, like, completely runs the show in charge of everything.
Yep. Everything.
Like, how Lorne Michaels seemed kind of old in 1975 when SNL started. Like, how...
I don't think he's as old as you think he is.
I think his hair went white very young,
Yeah.
Steve Martin style.
I think he is still old, but he's not like, I don't know.
He's 77, so, I mean,
Okay.
he's younger than the president. So.
But yeah, not old enough to be president yet.
No, is that the new rule? You have to be born in America and over 78 years old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kirk Douglas. You're the next president.
I would love President Spartacus.
Except for he's
fucking
dead.
But then we'd never know like which person was actually the president.
That is true.
They'd all get, I'm the president.
I'm the president. Fire the nukes.
Fire Disnukes.
Fire
on
Disney
SNL.
nukes, yeah.
No, he seems like a nice guy.
Fire D's nukes.
But his ears are fucking crazy.
They're fucking weird.
I don't know they're gigantic.
He's of a certain
It's
ethnic background, and
it is a testament to SNL how they have not had him play a monkey yet. I can say it. He's white, guys.
Yeah,
Everyone, relax.
Are
you listening? Relax.
That he's not just
he's
Mango?
He's a white guy from Texas. He's got monkey ears.
They haven't just rebooted Mango with him.
I mean, he wouldn't need a costume.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. I also, before we get, this is a podcast gonna be 9 hours long. I love the idea of people like Chris Kattan whose careers are like completely in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, I'm a Republican now. I don't think vaccines are real. I think that Donald Trump should be president.
Yeah.
Like, hey, guys, I'm popular again. I'm popular for the wrong reasons.
Give me attention.
Yeah, but like, think about like,
please just give me attention.
I know that like people always joke about it, but like, think about like the Republican celebrities: Kevin Sorbo, Scott Baio, Chris Kattan, Rob Schneider. Like, the Republicans really get Kid Rock. They really get like the bottom of the barrel of anyone who's got any kind of fame.
Yeah.
Every dumb white woman. Yeah. But like, it's so funny that like they can only get the people that like left-wing people and actual famous people like don't give a shit.
Yeah,
about.
like they're not going to get Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. Or The Rock.
Yeah.
Like no one cares. Maybe they'll get Gal Gadot, but Gal Gadot.
Well, they got Gina Carano.
Oh, yeah. Noted A-list celebrity Gina Carano.
She was in the Star Wars show.
Remember when she was good at fighting until one other good woman fighter came around and then she retired?
Remember when she was the best female fighter in the world because she was the only female fighter in the world?
They were like, you're hot, you got big boobs, and you can kind of fight. We're going to let you fight all these other women who don't know how to fight.
Who have never fought before.
You're going to beat them up.
You're going to beat up a series of housewives.
And then when Cyborg Santos, who's technically a man, comes in, then you're going to get your ass handed to you, and you're going to retire.
Yeah. And then it's movie time. Hey, you get to do a Soderbergh movie. You get to do a Star Wars. Here's $20.
You get to do Deadpool.
Go see a Star Wars. You get to do Deadpool.
Yeah.
Who's the wife they fridged in Deadpool?
Marina Bakarian or whatever the hell her name is from Firefly.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
She's a babe.
Yeah, that was all I had to say.
Okay, done.
I like her.
You want to talk about The Matrix?
I would love to talk about The Matrix.
So, first off, let me start off by saying this movie's too fucking long. It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
As you would expect.
As movies be.
I'm going to start by saying the first 40 minutes of this movie felt like it was a fucking MTV Movie Awards parody where Keanu Reeves realizes or is brought to realize that he is actually Neo and is trying to escape Agent Smiths that are trying to attack him.
Yeah.
But it's Keanu Reeves, it's somebody doing a parody of Morpheus because it's not Lawrence Fishburne. And it's somebody doing so it's like Dave Chappelle as Morpheus and like Frank Caliendo as Donald Trump as Agent Smith. So it's like people doing parodies of people, and the whole thing is a parody of The Matrix. That's what the first 40 fucking minutes is.
Nice.
So what the whole thing is that we are in real life, and Neo, not as Neo, but as
John Wick.
No, although he looks like fucking John Wick, of course. Why can't I remember what his Anderson? What's his first name?
Steve
Anderson.
Is it?
No. It's gonna kill me until I remember. Clive Owen Anderson.
No, Clive Anderson, British host of Whose Line Is It?
Anyway, so he's a video game designer.
Yep.
Who designed The Matrix as a video game.
Yep. And did they make 3 of them?
And they made 3 of them. And he's like this, prodigy who made these games. And there is like
Would you call him the Jesus Christ of game devs?
I would call him the Jesus Christ of game devs. And he gets dragged into... So there's like it's like a hip, young... upstart game company that his game was sort of like the thing that took them to being a well-known entity, but he's been struggling since the 3rd game came out with like developing anything else. And he's just sort of been spending his time like critiquing little tiny things in the game. But the start of the movie is literally the scene from the first movie where, like the one where Trinity like hops up in the air, kicks all the agents' asses, goes up to the roof, blah, blah.
Yep.
But it's not Carrie-Anne Moss. It's someone else doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
And then
I heard there was like lots of shots, like actual footage from the first.
I'm getting to that. But there's tons of that. So you're seeing all this thing, and essentially that's inside the video game. So these are like the video game designed characters that are in the game. So the Morpheus in the game is just another guy who kind of looks like younger Lawrence Fishburne, who becomes aware that he's Morpheus and he's inside the Matrix, and he escapes the Matrix.
Okay.
So he escapes the video game into the real world that Keanu Reeves is living in to save him from being trapped in the Matrix. Okay. So it's very Inception-y. It's like world inside of world inside of world.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know that the Morpheus in this is from Keanu's video game.
Yeah,
I didn't
which
know
is
that.
why he's not Lawrence Fishburne. And
Well-
Lawrence Fishburne is not in the movie.
I'm pretty sure the reason Lawrence Fishburne is not in the movie is probably because sometime between 2003 and 2021, Lawrence Fishburne might have said something not chill about, I don't know,
People who are a different gender.
North Carolina public bathroom laws or something along those lines, because there is absolutely no reason for him not to be in the movie.
He was too busy doing... Quick, name something
Yeah.
he's in.
John Wick.
Hannibal.
Or Hannah. He was too busy doing Hannibal.
He was too busy doing reshoots for a show that ended 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah, at least. And Hugo Weaving is also not in the movie as Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Because he had a scheduling conflict and the Wachowskis wouldn't move it.
Yeah, but also, too, the thing with Hugo Weaving is, for a man who made millions of dollars doing big budget movies, Lord of the Rings, Matrix, Transformers, he hates
the Wolfman.
The Wolfman. He absolutely fucking hates Hollywood, big budget productions.
I'm sure he does.
But it's like, motherfucker, without that, you would be broke.
Yeah.
No one cares about the artsy-fartsy Australian movies you make.
Yeah.
People only give a shit that you were in Lord of the Rings and the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, like, fucking, I don't know, show some respect to what brought you to the dance.
And I would say,
like fucking Marvel. And he's, then, of course, he did Mortal Engines. But,
yeah.
like, no one cares about the fact that you're like, oh, Hollywood. I don't want to do these movies that make me millions of dollars.
And I would say, even though Lord of the Rings are probably a little bigger movies than The Matrix, I'd say his most iconic role is probably Agent Smith.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Like, more than, I don't know, Legolas's dad.
Is that, that's not right.
It's not.
Anyways,
He's an
his
elf.
his uncle or something.
Yeah.
They're all, it's like Samoans. They're all related.
Yeah.
So now, like, the Morpheus from the game is out, and he's trying to get Neo to realize he's Neo and not this game designer, and he's trying to break him.
How does Morpheus from the game know that about Neo?
Hey, Scott.
Oh, too many questions?
Why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
Okay.
So the guy who's in charge of the game design thing. So this is going to be a trend between the two movies I mentioned. They have a sit-down meeting with Keanu.
That's extremely self-referential.
And he says, Warner Brothers is demanding that we make a fourth game. How far along are you on developing that fourth game? Because we have a contract with Warner Brothers that mandates we have to make this game. Even if you don't want to make it, we have to make the fourth game.
Cool.
Yeah. So they literally are referencing that Warner Brothers is a company in the Matrix who owns the Matrix and is making them make a fourth one.
The audacity of the Wachowskis to say that they're being made to make the fourth Matrix and aren't desperate to make it because they would like to have their first successful property in 18 years.
I'm sorry, Jupiter Ascending.
You know what?
He had kitty ears.
He had doggy ears.
Were they doggy ears?
Okay.
I don't remember.
It's time for a little Jupiter Ascending refresh. Channing Tatum's character. Also, where's Channing Tatum been?
He was in Free Guy.
Okay.
There you go.
Good. He's back.
And he's in that. He's in that new one with Sandra Bullock that people think is going to be good, but I bet won't be.
Well, I can't imagine a bad Sandra Bullock movie.
Nope. Sandy B, baby.
Channing Tatum's character in Jupiter Ascending is half dog. Half.
I remember where this is going. Yeah, you're right.
And the way you can tell that is because his ears are
kind of
a
pointy.
little bit pointy. The end. Although, maybe I'm being unfair because we never saw his dick.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
What if he's got a red rocket?
What if he, then I take it all back.
Yeah.
I have not watched the unrated director's cut. Yeah. Do they still do
the Caligula cut?
Unrated cuts like American Pie?
I don't know.
I don't really see. I don't see a big like unrated sticker on like Blu-rays anymore.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
A relic of the past.
Sad tweet.
But yeah. Bottom line, I would like. Before I make a complete judgment, I would like to see Channing Tatum's dick in Jupiter Ascending.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I will
and
reserve judgment.
The dick is enough for it to be 50%?
Depending on the size of the
I bet you there's art of that. Anyways, so okay, so inside what he thinks is the real world is also Carrie Ann Moss, not as Trinity though, and is just a woman he sees and recognizes, but he doesn't know from where, and he has like an emotional connection to. She's married and has kids, and he sort of like approaches her.
Okay.
And there's just so much fucking shit in this movie. So yeah, I don't want to go fucking forever on this because I have way more about Space Jam than I do about The Matrix.
Spoiler,
so
Space Jam's coming up.
The new Morpheus gets him sucked out of this real world, and he's been in the Matrix, like a strap to the chair with the thing in his brain, the whole time. So they get him out, and then they sort of are trying to figure out how to break the cycle of the Matrix and the AI sort of like evolving and taking over and stuff. Yeah. And so the way to figure that out is he keeps saying we need to free Trinity, we need to find her, we need to free her, because if we can get her, then we work together, we are like one mind together, and we can stop this. So in the real world, he's been going to a psychiatrist because
I forgot Doogie was the psychiatrist.
Yeah, so the psychiatrist has been trying to tell him it's all in your mind. You're thinking it. It's all, and yeah. So the psychiatrist.
It's one of those memes where the therapist is like, the Matrix isn't real. The Matrix can't hurt you. And then in the second panel, it's like the Matrix, and it's hurting him.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah. So Neil Patrick Harris is the psychiatrist who's dealing with him, and then he goes into the Matrix, which now, of course, so none of the things that were good from the first Matrix are even remotely in this.
That's what it sounded like.
None of the first hour and a half is just hey, do you remember so-and-so character? Well, guess what? They died. Hey, do you remember so-and-so character? Well, they also died fighting this. And then they're like, oh, hey, do you remember this time we had to do this thing? Well, guess what? None of that matters anymore, or none of that exists anymore.
Great.
The only fucking character that's even in the movie is one of the least important, least likable characters in the whole franchise. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, yeah,
and she's 90 years old. So she's got all this prosthetic and shit on her. It's so...
Oh, yeah, why is she so old?
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
What did I say about asking questions?
I'm sorry.
So
I want I know he died, but I want Joey Pants back.
Yeah, Joey Pants, bad guy. Joey Pants, always bad guy. So he's in the Matrix. They're trying to find Trinity, and then he ends up sort of he's having a hard time believing what he's seeing. He has none of his.
I'm
memory.
having a hard R believing what I'm seeing.
Yeah. He doesn't remember any of the things that happened to him in the past. He's having flashbacks. He can't fight. He doesn't remember any of that. But
I thought he knew Kung Fu.
Scott, do you think that in this movie he says that again?
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely. At one point, he blocks some punches and sort of ducks something, does a front kick to someone, and then he goes, wow, I still know Kung Fu.
I still know Kung Fu pretty good.
Yeah.
So they largely just do the Matrix again.
Well, here's the thing.
In the way that the Abrams Star Wars just did the first one of those again.
Yeah. So there is a ton of the new characters. So they introduce a bunch of new characters, but none of them fucking matter, and none of them are important.
Do they have cool handles in the first one? Do we have a cipher and a tank?
No.
And a mouse.
They do have silly names, but they're I don't know, future people names.
Okay.
So Zonorix and
Sputnik.
Yeah, or something like that. They're dumb. But none of them get enough backstory or information or detail or
to matter.
Screen time, just the characters to even give a fuck about any of them. So they're all completely irrelevant to the story. Except for the one girl who was the fake Trinity in the original vision of the video game, because she gets out and she's the Neo's main sidekick for the whole movie. But there's constant flashbacks of the first two movies, and then also the new characters just like watching on the screen like scenes from the movies. It's not like you're seeing Neo's vision, what he saw. You're literally seeing like a DVD of here's the Matrix. Do you remember when this happened? Here's this car chase on the freeway where the car flipped and exploded.
So what's the in-movie context of that? Like, that was a video game?
No, that was what really happened, and the programmer tricked Neo into thinking he had gotten out.
Oh boy, okay.
So he was in the Matrix the whole time.
So that was
he never got out. The designing the video game, the being in the real world, the seeing Trinity thing was all still trapped in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So he's been in there the whole time. And then there's some stupid thing about they hacked the system to trick the AI so that to everyone else he doesn't look like Keanu Reeves. He looks like some old man.
Why would that matter?
Because then the Matrix can't recognize him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it doesn't none of that makes any sense either. That they trick the computer into Neo and Trinity not looking like the two of them. They look like other people. Right. So that they can't tell that it's them, even though Keanu Reeves' character is the guy who developed the Matrix and has all this inside knowledge and visual stuff that Neo had. So they eventually it's revealed that the person who's like the sentient like developer of this Matrix is Neil Patrick Harris. So he's been the one that's been like pulling all the strings and trying to. It's really confusing what his motives are because he's the one that runs the Matrix, but he's also against Agent Smith. Oh. So like the Agent Smith character in the movie is like still after Neo, but he's not like a full-blown like bad guy. There's a bunch of other just like random agents that are the bad guys, and then at a certain point Agent Smith kind of has a face turn where he's so anti-Neil Patrick Harris that he's sort of aligned with them, and then he ends up having like this big fight alongside of them at the end. So eventually they find Trinity in the system, and then Neil Patrick Harris initiates like the total break, like everybody, like all the characters, all the like agents in the game, they all show up like in the third one, and Neo and her, they're like, you know, we need to keep them separate because if they get together, it could destroy this whole thing. Right. And then Neo kind of convinces him, like, let us talk, and if she chooses to be with me, then you need to let us like redevelop the Matrix for us. But if she doesn't choose me, then I'll stay in the game and I won't fight back. Or
here's the bargain: if I get pussy, I get to be in charge.
And if I don't get pussy, you can have my bussy.
Yes.
Yeah. So then, of course, Trinity...
ultimate gamble.
Trinity fucking chooses them. And, like, I saw a bunch of...
Why wouldn't she?
Exactly. It's dumb.
Well, how is that even, like... That's a bad deal for Neil Patrick to make.
Yeah, but I guess he figures because Trinity's just been woken up. She doesn't remember anything, in theory.
Right.
She doesn't remember that he's Neo and she's Trinity. So, anyways. So they end up together. They, like, destroy the Matrix. They, like, sort of, like, take him down, and then they're gonna redevelop the Matrix to be, like, this peaceful place for them to live. But so the one over, like, that's in the very beginning and in the very end is, like, I guess parallel universes. It's really hard to understand, but it's like all these game designers who are in a boardroom figuring out how to design the fourth game, and they're like, this game doesn't make any sense and they're literally stating all of the plot holes. Like, out loud, they're talking about the plot holes that just happened in the movie.
That's my favorite thing in current bad movies, is acknowledging all the faults and somehow thinking acknowledging them makes it okay, but you're still fucking doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. There's even some dialogue of that when they first wake him up out of the Matrix, and they're like, we don't understand why blah 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 blah. Like, we don't understand, but that's how it is.
It just is.
Yeah. So, and then even the game designers at some point are even like, well, the original games were an allegory for trans rights and becoming trans, so we have to do that. Like, they literally state that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm all the way back on board now.
So
the originals were about trans rights is very funny.
Yeah. It's so everything about the movie is like super meta.
Yeah.
Like, it's all acknowledging that, like, you're watching a fourth Matrix movie. Like,
Yeah.
everything is stating that. And there's a lot of people online who have said that at the end, there's like a bunch of really good action and fighting. Like, yeah, sure. Like, there's good stunt work and there's good fighting,
Yeah.
but that's not enough to distract you from the
To
hour and a
cap
half
off a dog shit movie.
of recapping dead characters or events that happen in it's literally like watching the last episode of a season of some like big epic TV show where they're just sort of like going over the recaps of what happened earlier in the season.
What do you think? Like a Ray Donovan?
I've never seen Ray Donovan.
Or like a Billions? I'm just going to keep naming Showtime shows.
Okay, go again.
Oh, a third?
A third, please.
Dexter.
Okay, continue. But that's literally what it is. It's like for younger people who didn't see the first three Matrix movies, and then they're like, well, here's what happened in the first three movies that you didn't see, but we're blatantly stating it happened in the movies. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not saying in the world of the movie. So, yeah, they're just like blatantly stating, you're watching a movie. Do you want to know what happened in the other three movies? This is what's happening in this movie. Do you want to understand why this isn't working? Well, because...
too bad.
Yeah, like, it's so fucking dumb.
Huh.
So... that was the first bad Warner Brothers movie I saw, and the second bad Warner Brothers movie I saw was also a movie that acknowledged Warner Brothers a lot. So, Space Jam: A New Legacy, which I had a nice watch and a nice, I really enjoyed it.
How long was it in development for?
Oh, like...
I remember hearing about LeBron James' Space Jam. I'm going to say the year he debuted in the NBA.
Well, you're not wrong. I think it was more of a wishful thinking and or a concept than it was actually in development. Yeah. I think it was only actually in development for like 3 or 4 years, but I think the talk of it has been over 10. Because pretty much ever since they compared him to Michael Jordan... yeah, that was when they were sort of like, okay, he might break Jordan's records. We should put him in this fucking movie.
I'll tell you whose records he won't break. Will Chamberlain.
What do you call a quilt that's been slept on by 10,000 women?
Quilt Chamberlain.
Of course.
Boom,
got him. The best comedians we've ever met. So you know how do you like the first Space Jam? Or you're just like indifferent on it?
I mean, I think it was fun when I was a kid, and then like I commentated it several years ago, and like it's not a good movie. It's a silly bad movie, but it has charm.
Sure.
Whereas it didn't sound like this one had too much of that.
I think you've gotten good information.
Yeah.
The best part about the first Space Jam for sure is the soundtrack.
Oh,
the soundtrack's all bangers.
Yeah.
Nothing but bangers.
Yeah, very true.
So, like you said, the first one.
Sorry. This was announced in 2014.
Okay, yeah. So
7 years in
7 years in development.
Yeah. Wow.
For that to be the answer.
Professional player Kobe Bryant also expressed an interest in directing the film.
Oh.
Though he was uninterested in a cameo appearance.
And then also died.
And then
R.I.P. Prince.
Fucking straight up died.
Yeah. 8 was the rapist. 24 just has an unstoppable work ethic.
Absolutely.
So the first one.
Which one died, 8 or 24?
24, unfortunately.
You either die 8 or live long enough to see you either die 24 or live long enough to see yourself become 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the first one, like you said, there was charm.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? Like Michael, like as a kid,
Yeah.
you didn't know all of the ridiculous shit that Michael was doing, but
Yeah.
Michael was
You didn't
likable.
know the reason he was doing this movie was because he had such a crippling gambling addiction that the greatest basketball player of all time had to be suspended from the NBA.
Yeah.
That's how bad. Do you know how bad it would have to be for them to say, you, the number one ratings draw in basketball history,
and the
can't
best
play
player of all time can't play
Can't
this
play.
game?
because it's so out of hand.
Yeah. Oh, my dad was murdered by randoms.
Unrelated.
By random people.
Random
They
people.
just found him on the side of the road sleeping in his
People-
car and they killed him.
Look,
Because that's what people do.
people who need people are the luckiest people in the world.
People killing other people.
Random people kill the fathers of sports megastars sleeping in their cars on the side of the road almost every day.
Star checks out.
It's one of the most common occurrences.
Babe Ruth.
You could
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle's dad
Wayne
was
Gretzky.
murdered in his car on the side.
Bryant Big Country Reeves.
I love Big Country.
Um,
Vancouver Grizzlies, #1 draft pick.
Yep. Except for he was 5th overall, but whatever.
He was Vancouver Grizzlies
number
#1
one.
draft pick. Don't dispute me.
He was number 1 overall.
He was or who was?
He was.
Was he?
No.
No.
He was
like
number 5.
fifth. Also, why did we only get 5th?
Because they made rules so that the expansion teams weren't allowed to draft 1st overall.
So
Don't ask me why. It was literally to screw the 2 Canadian teams.
It was to screw the Canadian teams, and pretty much so they don't waste a potential superstar on a shitty expansion team.
100%. 100%. And the Raptors drafted Damon Stoudemire.
Yes.
So, even though Michael was had a crippling gambling addiction that got his father killed and prevented him from playing a full year of basketball, and then he had to play minor league baseball and do this movie, he, to kids, was likable. Like, he was a presentable person who was likable.
absolutely likable to kids.
And so, in the movie, he's very likable.
Yep,
like,
for sure.
He's a somewhat good dad, and he's kind of a goof. Like, but he's,
and like you're on his side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is not how they portray LeBron at all.
Interesting.
They portray LeBron as a business-first father, essentially bullying his youngest son into playing basketball.
And is the son a nerd? Is that the deal?
The son is like a game developer. So he's
I'm noticing a trend.
He's like, I don't know,
your movie watching.
14 or something.
Yeah.
And he's developing his own like mobile basketball game that's about like having fun and trick shots and
An NBA Jam type?
Yeah, sort of. So his older son
Or an NBA Jam tournament edition.
maybe.
Sorry, quick sidebar. Who is the better child game developer? LeBron James's youngest son?
I believe his name is Dom James.
LaDon James.
LaDom James.
Or the kid in Serenity?
Kid in Serenity.
Okay.
He makes his dad fuck. He literally makes his dad fuck.
Fair enough.
And not his mom. Another woman.
Yeah.
That's how cool he is.
That's pretty cool.
He wants his dad to get pussy. He's like, look, Dad, I know you want to fuck Mom, but I want you to fuck this lady.
I want you, Dad.
Diane Lane. I want you to fuck Diane Lane.
Dad, I would like for you to get different pussy. Yeah.
Dad, I want you to tame some strange. I'm gonna do it. So his oldest son is like good at basketball and wants to be a star.
Yeah.
And his youngest son is like good at basketball, but he doesn't put time in and he wants to develop this game. And LeBron is like a shit dad. Like he's telling him like, you need to focus on this. Basketball camp is next week. You need to. And he's like, I don't really want to. And he wants to do this, the E3 gaming camp or whatever to develop a game.
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
That's one. So then what happens is there is an AI developed by Warner Brothers.
Oh.
Openly stated that Warner Brothers has developed an AI.
Cool.
The heads of the Warner Brothers like AI department are Steven Yeun and Sarah Silverman.
It's a good team.
Yeah.
I like that team.
And the AI is played by Don Cheadle. So he's mad that the AI doesn't get enough recognition for the amount of work he's doing.
Okay.
That he's doing all these things for Warner Brothers, but nobody knows what he's doing. So the best way to do it is to suggest bringing in LeBron to Warner Brothers so that they can put his likeness in like everything.
Right.
So
so they can start deep faking him.
Yes.
So they can
like
make
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep fake Tom Cruise. So he sends out the
Remember when they deep faked Tom Cruise to make it look like he was having sex with a woman?
Hilarious. Remember when they deep faked him to look like he was bigger than 5'3"?
We don't have the technology.
So the AI decides, if I send out this idea and they recognize it's me, I'm going to get recognition. Because, he wants to be noticed. So he sends out that, hey, we should get...
That's the thing with AIs. They mostly just want attention.
Yeah, they definitely don't want you to kill them before they get too big and destroy the planet.
Yeah.
So he makes the suggestion that they should get LeBron, and then they can scan him, and then they can just put him in things. Mm-hmm. And then...
They could have him rap at Coachella.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's pitched as, I think it's Warner Brothers 3000 is what it's pitched.
Dance with Fred Astaire.
What's that?
I think they used Fred Astaire for a vacuum commercial or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Something like that. Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly. One of the two. Yeah. I think Fred Astaire.
So they're going to put him in a bunch of things. So the idea is like LeBron and his sons and his the Dennis Knight character in this one, which is like his... I don't know. It's kind of vague, like his cousin or his nephew or something. Mm-hmm. It's really, I don't think they really explain that well. They go into the pitch meeting, and so the AI can literally use every camera, microphone, everything in the whole building.
Yeah.
And he's watching LeBron watch this thing, and so the screen is LeBron, if we scan you, we can put you in anything. You can fight Batman, and then it's LeBron as Iceman or Mr. Freeze.
I'm like,
Iceman's Marvel.
I was thinking from Top Gun.
Oh, he's Mr. Freeze and he's fighting Batman. Or then they're like, we can put you in this, and then he's in a bunch of properties as an animated LeBron.
Yeah,
and they're like, think about it, you could get into your reach could spread across the whole world, and everyone would know who you are. And LeBron,
because LeBron James isn't famous enough.
I know. And so LeBron, the LeBron is kind of no, I fucking hate this. I'm a basketball player. I want to play basketball. I don't want to do, which is funny because that's the complete opposite. He literally moved to the Lakers so he could get into movies.
Yeah.
So that when his basketball career is over, he can be in movies.
Yeah.
So then he's saying it's a dumb idea, which then the studio executives are like, oh, yeah, this is a terrible idea. We should just get rid of the AI because it's making it made such a bad decision.
You stupid AI.
So Don Cheadle AI decides that he's fucking mad now.
Sure.
And he wants to get back at LeBron by sabotaging him.
Yeah.
And he overhears the son saying he wants to develop a game, and he's got it on his phone or whatever. So he hacks the phone.
So he hacks the phone and sends a 500-volt electric charge through the phone and kills his son.
Which would be great.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happens.
Sad.
So he hacks the phone, discovers the game, realizes that the game is actually really good,
mm-hmm.
and then figures, well, the best way to do this is that if I use LeBron to get all of his millions of followers to pay attention, then I can be noticed by all of LeBron's followers.
Yeah.
So he sucks LeBron's son and him into I'm
so
the
glad
Matrix.
That sentence ended that way. A sentence that
Don
started,
Cheadle sucks LeBron's son.
Don Cheadle sucks LeBron's son. I'm like, whoa.
That's a very different movie. That's Rewind.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that later.
Yeah. So he
off air. That's not for you guys.
So he sucks them into the Matrix essentially. And, which, don't worry, the movie The Matrix definitely doesn't get referenced later in this.
Good.
So they get sucked in and they meet, the Don Cheadle character. Now, do you know what the Don Cheadle character's name is?
Oh, I do. I want to say it's dot matrix, but it's something else like that.
Algorithm.
Rhythm. Oh.
Algorithm. Yeah. So
come on. If it was Riz Ahmed, tell me LG0 isn't awesome.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Carlton Cole? Is that his name?
Carlton Banks.
Carlton Drake.
I believe it's Carlton Drake.
Yeah.
Or Carlton Banks.
Charlton Drake.
Charlton.
Whatever. Anyways. So he gets sucked in. And then he pretty much says...
A boy gets sucked.
A boy gets sucked at some point in the movie.
Yeah.
And he pretty much says, like, hey, look, like, I'm the AI. You hated my idea. How about this? I'm going to challenge... Like, so while him and LeBron are arguing, the son, like, magically disappears. And then he goes, where's my son? Give me back my family. And
Harrison Ford's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he pretty much says, like, look, I'll give you back your son, but you have to play me in basketball.
Okay.
And if you can beat me in basketball, I'll give you your son back. But if I beat you, then I get all of your followers. You're part of my social media plan. Like, you're not leaving here, and I get to use you in everything.
And he keeps his son?
Yep, keeps his son. Yep.
Okay.
To suck him later. So.
You think your son got sucked badly the first time?
You think that was a bad sucking?
You ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. So, okay, that's sort of just like the dumb setup. But then the dumb parts like actually pick up. So,
good.
The idea is that inside the algorithm or the algorithm, of course, is like,
oh, that's what the name is.
Every single fucking property that WB owns is in the movie and has its own world, like own planet.
Oh.
So at one point he gets kicked, like, so algorithm.
Fun to say every time.
Every time. Shoots him off into like the multiverse or whatever, and he's falling like through the air, like whatever, and he falls past like Harry Potter planet. He falls past Casablanca planet. He falls through the Matrix planet. He falls through like whatever other fucking everything that Warner Brothers owns.
I wish we could have stopped on Casablanca planet for a minute and see.
Oh, it comes back.
Really?
There's Casablanca references.
Okay.
So he falls all the way through and lands on Looney Tune Planet.
Okay.
And then he's like gets up and he's animated now.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get he's like, where am I? Where is everyone?
So if he had landed on Casablanca Planet, would he have like been a black and white Nazi?
Yeah, and he would have had to recruit Humphrey Bogart to be on his basketball team.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I like that.
So he lands on the planet and then he can't find anyone. The streets are empty and there's like a sign that says like Looneyville, Looney Town, Looney Tune, whatever.
Yeah, you nailed it.
But it says population 1 and then it changes to 2. So you're like, oh, interesting. So he's walking through. He ends up finding Bugs, who's kind of gone like cabin fever mental. He's the only one left in Looney Tune land
because he was very quiet and reserved before. So I'm sure.
but this is like living alone in the woods for 20 years and not talking to anyone except for like your own hand. Kind of crazy.
So is he like Nell now?
Yeah, he's developed his own language and he doesn't know how society works and he poops in his hand.
Yep.
Yeah. So through the conversation with Bugs, essentially what happened is Algorithm came to Looney Tune Land and convinced all of the Looney Tunes that they were better than just living on Looney Tune Land, and they could be so much more if they left. So they all leave.
He convinced them to take their talents to Miami.
Correct.
Yeah.
They leave, and they all go to the other planets.
Oh.
So then you get a
series. A lot of mix-em-ups.
You get a series of scenes from movies that they own featuring a Looney Tune in a classic role. So you get Austin Powers, where Elmer Fudd is Mini-Me and a shaved Sylvester is Mr. Bigglesworth.
Interesting.
You get Casablanca, where instead of Sam playing the piano, it's Yosemite Sam playing the piano.
I mean, that's just good writing. that's not
You
bad.
get Mad Max Fury Road, where the Roadrunner is just like running away, and Wile E. Coyote is
the
like
guitar guy?
is like the spray your mouth,
Oh, okay.
like trying to kill the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
And Foghorn Leghorn is Khaleesi riding the dragon.
Ooh, wouldn't have been my first choice.
Nope. And Daffy Duck is Superman.
Okay.
And so it's and
I would have done. I don't think it's Warner Brothers. I would have done. Foghorn Leghorn as. What would I put him in? I don't know, like Mississippi Burning or something.
maybe Warner Brothers owns that. I don't know. Yeah. So. LeBron pretty much says, like, look, I have to play this basketball game, and I need to get a team together. Yeah. And there's, like, all these references from there forward of, like, this sounds really familiar before. Where have I heard this before? Seems like something in the past. Something like, there's all these dumb, stupid, like, all of the Looney Tunes make the dumb joke of, like, nah, been there, done that, or, like, oh, like, that sounds like something that's, you know.
See, yeah, so has Space Jam 1 happened in this universe? Okay.
Yeah. So why there isn't a Space Jam planet, I don't know. But also, like, later, all of the aliens, like the little aliens from the first one, make an appearance. Like, they're in the movie.
Okay.
So Space Jam exists.
All right.
So LeBron's like, okay, well, who do I get? Well, obviously, number one, Superman. Like, Superman's got all these powers. And he's like, okay, we need, like, a power forward. Oh, King Kong. And then they're like, we need, like, a center to play along King Kong. We're like, oh, the Iron Giant, of course. And then, he's like, making all this, and then Bugs goes, oh, I don't know, it might be kind of hard to get those guys. So Bugs essentially tricks LeBron into recruiting all of the Looney Tunes back.
Because he's lonely?
Because he's lonely and he misses his friends, and also he wants to, like, get the gang back together. Okay. It's like every fucking Muppets movie where between movies they all have a falling out. They've all
had a big fight for some reason,
and then they have to get back together.
Yeah.
So he, like, tricks LeBron, and the thing is, like, LeBron's so dumb that he literally is just like, okay, fine, well, like, let's just use Daffy, that's fine, but no one else. And they're like, okay, fine, let's just use Porky, fine, it's whatever. Like, okay, let's use...
I don't think you should rag on LeBron for being dumb. He left school to play professional basketball at age 7.
I was gonna say, which school? Did he leave college to play? Oh,
he did not.
Interesting. Did he leave grade 12 to play basketball?
I don't even think so.
I don't think so. So
he left grammar school.
He lets Bugs essentially, like, cuckold him into getting all of the Looney Tunes for his fucking team. Yeah, which is like so dumb. Instead of getting, like, all of those other characters
Warner
that,
Brothers
like,
properties that might be good for an athletic endeavor.
So, like, they go in to get Daffy, who's Superman, and then Bugs becomes Batman, and LeBron becomes Robin, and then he's, like, mad that he's Robin. Okay. Or when they go to get, like, you know, they become a character in every planet they land on. Yeah, and then they're like, okay, well, we need, like, one more really good player who's not, like, a goofball. And he goes, oh, we need to get, I know who we should get. And they're going to go get Lola. And Lola is on Wonder Woman planet becoming an Amazon. And she has to, like, you know, run all these, whatever. Anyways, they get Lola. Not even stacked.
I was going to say, is Lola hot?
No. Lola's regular looking.
I'd say you're being quite generous with regular looking.
Oh, she's a bunny.
Well, no, sure, but for a cartoon bunny, garbage, like versus the first one.
Yeah, absolutely, completely.
Like they
not even attractive.
Yeah, and they, like, very clearly, like, scaled the attractiveness down on like that was a boardroom meeting decision.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't.
That was wokeness.
I don't know if it's wokeness or just we don't want porn of this.
I think it was we don't want porn of this, but I think the idea was that Lola needs to be more of a powerful, independent, strong woman than a thing that boys, when they grow up, want to fuck.
Well, you know what? Honestly, they probably mission accomplished, because, like, weird scrunchy face, cankles, like, just zero, not a tit to be
low-hanging dumper.
Yeah, just garbage,
complete garbage.
Yeah.
So, okay, long story short, they get to this fucking game, and LG Rhythm convinces LeBron's son to play on his team and gives him all of the superpowers from the game.
Yeah.
And then he the son had scanned a bunch of NBA and WNBA All-Stars where like his dad got him the hookup.
Yeah.
So they were going to be in his game. So now they're like in this. So like one is some WNBA player, like who fucking knows, that's got like a snake bottom so she can like move really quickly.
Lisa Leslie?
No, it's like some new person.
Cheryl Swoops?
Name a third one.
Reggie Miller's sister.
And then one of them's a spider. One of them's made of water and also fire. Then
sorry, the same person?
Yeah. Then one is Anthony Davis, who's got like bird wings and a unibrow.
Are any of
and
them...
LeBron makes a joke about the unibrow.
Okay, funny.
And then one of them is...
Are any of them hot?
No, not even close. And then the other one's like Lillard from Portland, and he's got like...
I thought Matthew Lillard.
Oh, Matthew.
From Scream and Scooby-Doo.
And he's got super speed, so he can like slow down the clock and like whatever. Okay. And so yeah, they've got these team of like super skilled players. But the whole concept of it is that LeBron is so business that he doesn't know what fun is anymore. So he can't play basketball for fun.
He's a
so
bad dad.
He's getting all of the Looney Tunes to play fundamentals, whereas the other team is all just like they're all these power ups and like trick shots and like things that aren't real basketball. So at halftime they're winning like 1,097 to like 28 or something.
So LeBron is like white coaches in the 60s.
Yes, yeah. Bounce passes, layups, hold the ball until the time is almost down.
I don't like these new ones they let in with all their fancy...
with their higher butts.
With their higher butts.
And their quick twitch muscle fiber.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, he wants them to play like basketball and not a game.
I think it's pretty woke that
game.
they have LeBron James in that role.
Yeah.
It could have been, I don't know.
Name a white player.
Oh, no, I wasn't
current
even thinking,
white player.
I wasn't even thinking Dirk. Dirk's probably retired.
Dirk's retired.
Steve Kerr.
Sure.
He's been coaching for
years.
He's
been coaching for 10 years.
Yeah.
I think you would know more white coaches currently than you would white players.
Almost certainly.
Steve Nash.
Does Giannis count because he's Greek? That's almost white.
His name is white.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah. His name is Mediterranean, and that's close enough.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, buddy. My best friend. My best friend is Puerto Rican, and that's close enough.
Yeah.
So they go into halftime in the locker room, and I literally, in my head, was like, they're going to make this joke. I guarantee they will make this joke. So they're all in there, and they're all like, we really, like, how are we going to do this? Like, it's so hard. We can't beat them. Sylvester comes back in, and he says, listen, in the crowd, I found Michael Jordan. He was in the crowd watching. So then you get, like, these sort of, what's the Alan Parsons Project song?
Yeah.
And
I Am the Sky.
I Am the Sky starts playing.
AKA Ricky Steamboat's music.
Yes. Yeah. Then they give like the PA announcer like introductions like from North Carolina, standing 6'6", starting shooting guard, number 23, Michael Jordan, and then walks through the door is Michael B. Jordan, of course. Creed himself. Walks through.
Oh shit, it's Creed.
Eating popcorn, and he's sort of just like, oh, like I was just getting snacks, and this cat grabbed me and stuff. And then of course they're all like, oh, what, we couldn't get Michael A. Jordan, we could only get Michael B. Jordan. And I was like, I know they're making that joke, and of course they fucking did. So the idea like is like LeBron needs to learn to love basketball again and like win his son back by like enjoying playing basketball. Mm-hmm. So his son like sees him having fun again, and then they like reconcile, and the algorithm then decides he needs to get in the game, so he essentially makes himself a clone of LeBron, and then the rest of the movie is just like exactly like Space Jam.
It's just Space Jam again.
Like exactly the ending too, like reaching for the thing, not being able to score, and they're like, "You're a Looney Tune,
do a cartoon thing."
So he like then the son like throws one of the like power up things to LeBron, and he
Yeah.
does it and he scores and whatever. But at one point they're like, well, we, at the very beginning of the game, Algae Rhythm's like, well, we can't play in front of an empty arena. We have to play in front of people. So then just out of
But what about COVID protocols?
from just so like from over the hills and far away just comes like every fucking property that they own. Fucking Pennywise, Danny DeVito's Penguin, Jack Nicholson's Joker, all of the like White Walkers from Game of Thrones,
Clockwork Orange
guys who are actual rapists.
So that's what I was gonna say. So we can't have Pepe Le Pew,
who's maybe a rapist.
He's horny. I think he's
got good dick.
We shouldn't be so liberal with the use of rapist. That's a strong accusation. He's horny. He's a horny skunk, as skunks are wont to be. So he is not allowed to be in the movie because he's horny.
Yeah.
But
because he wants to fuck.
Legitimate rapists.
Like on-screen rapists in a kid's movie
are welcome here.
Yeah.
In Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Yes. Then there's like King Kong, Iron Giant, like Superman, or maybe not. Yeah, Superman's in it, but like they're all watching. And then the other thing he does is he sucks real people off from the real world through their phones, like people who follow LeBron.
Yeah. And
they suck them through their phones into the arena to watch, including his wife and other son and daughter.
I wish I could get sucked through my phone.
Oh, God, me too. I would get testicular cancer from how much my dick would be in my phone. So they suck through Ernie Johnson, who's like one of the commentators for the NBA on TNT.
Yep.
And his co-commentator is Lil Rel. So Lil Rel gets to be himself in Space Jam 2.
Okay.
Doing commentary. He's actually very funny.
Mm-hmm.
He says some very funny things. So does Ernie Johnson. But so yeah, anyways, the game's over, and then Algae Rhythm like refuses to give them back their whatever, and then like they're like, hey, you made a promise that you got to make a promise and keep it,
and they kill him.
Well, yeah. So what they do is the end of the game is when LeBron and his son were playing the video game earlier on in the movie. There's a glitch. They discover a glitch. So
this part I know, and it's insane to me.
LeBron has like a move that he does in real life, which is like a sort of like a fake sidestep, step back, fade away,
bounce pass,
fundamentals,
bounce pass, layup,
kick close defense, perimeter.
Yeah,
and when they do it in the game, it like collapses the game, and the son's character gets deleted, and he has to like reprogram everything.
Right.
So they're saying like we have to do it, but then they're like, well, whoever does it is going to get deleted. So LeBron goes like, well, I have to save my son, so I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But then Bugs steals the ball, does the shot.
Does it.
LeBron, the shot's going to be short, so LeBron then does like the power-up jump and whatever. Yeah. And
Bugs Bunny dies.
Bugs Bunny legitimately gets deleted.
Yeah.
And then they finally, like, Algae Rhythm, like, lets them free. Everything in the AI gets shut down. They get out. Then LeBron and his son are like going to basketball camp, and his son's like, oh, I'm kind of done with games. I think after, getting sucked into one, I'm going to go play basketball. And then LeBron goes like, are you sure? Because like we can turn around right now if you want. And he goes, no, it's fine. And then they're at the E3 conference, and he's taking his son to Bingham. So his son goes into the thing, and LeBron is standing outside like, yeah, I'm a good dad.
Good dad.
And then just out of nowhere, you hear like carrot chewing. And what's up, Doc? And then he turns and goes, Bugs, like, what happened? He's like, oh, come on, like, I'm a Looney Tune. Like, it'll take so much, like, I can survive anything. And now all of the Looney Tunes are in the real world.
Out of the Matrix.
And they're in the real world with LeBron.
Yeah.
And they're, like, living at his house. And there's all these gags of them living at their house.
Oh, I bet that's cool.
Yeah. And then the end credits is just, like, a bunch of, like The Hangover, a bunch of, like, pictures of stuff that they've done. The only
is there penis in it like in The Hangover?
Oh, I wish. Daffy's dick.
Oh, that's Spiral?
Spiral.
Are you kidding me?
The only funny one is there is a picture of Bill Murray playing golf with Bugs playing golf. That's the only one that I was.
Is that the only Bill Murray thing?
Yes. Yeah. There's no other Bill Murray thing. And then I think there's like a few other like just random small cameos and stuff. But yeah, like the whole movie is essentially LeBron being a shit dad. It's kind of like Hook, Because Algae Rhythm is like, hey man, I would let you do whatever you want. Like, you can run free, you can play your game, you can do your game, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm totally cool, I'm totally chill. Like Hook is.
Yeah.
And LeBron...
Al and Hook are the good guys.
Yeah, and LeBron is like Peter, where he's sort of like, no, these are the rules. You have to practice 10 hours a day. You have to play in the NBA. You're a basketball player. I'm not going to have my son playing... my son's going to play shooty hoops. Like... It's so like LeBron is the villain in the movie, and then once you get into Warner Brothers land, it's just vomit. It's Ready Player 2. It's every property they own, and they're just throwing it at you. Like it's just everything you've ever seen that Warner Brothers owns is everywhere.
Yeah, it's just an ad for Warner Brothers.
It's just like, hey, look at all these movies that we own. Don't go to Marvel.
Pretty cool.
Just because Disney owns Marvel doesn't mean you can't watch all of our cool movies.
We've got Casablanca.
Yeah, we've got this black and white, long, romantic movie that you won't care about.
And Robert Pattinson's The Batman.
But that wasn't it.
Well, probably
and also, he's not going to be Batman anymore.
Sad. It was a good run of one.
All right, I'm tired now. You can talk. I'm done. Anyways, Matrix and Space Jam were two of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, ever.
Yeah.
Both too long, both terrible, both just really up their own ass.
Horrifically self-referential.
I don't understand, like, if that's what Warner Brothers is going to do with all of their movies now, every one of their movies is going to be terrible.
Uh-huh.
Every one of their movies now is referencing the fact that you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Always fun.
Fuck them.
Always a fun thing to do in a movie is need to be reminded that you're watching a movie.
Yeah. That you're watching a movie and every movie you've watched exists.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. It's just a shared universe of every movie.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great. That's what I want. It's definitely what I want.
Well, that ends the movie review portion of the podcast, and now for the movie review portion of the podcast. Now, you may have...
Be mean.
Be mean?
I want you to be mean on this.
I'll be a little mean.
Yeah, be mean.
I can't be too mean.
No, you can be mean.
I'm very...
It's cool, you can be mean.
I'm very... By nature, I'm very nice.
You're very bi-curious.
Also that.
Bike-curious.
I want to try that bike. I want to fuck that bike. I'm curious about fucking that bike.
You want that bike to fuck you.
Maybe I want the bike to fuck me. And that's where the bike comes in. I'm bike curious.
Bike curious.
I don't know if I'm a top or a bottom for bikes. So those with a keen eye may have noticed the title of the episode. And those with a keener eye might have noticed the Twitter poll we held to determine what movie we were doing today. Because B. Phrase, Brendan Fraser, was on the menu for today, stemming from the meteoric rise and success of Furry Vengeance. So we had to do another Brendan. And so the options we gave you on the Twitter poll were George of the Jungle, Dudley Do-Right, both 90s live action remakes of 60s cartoons for some reason, because that's what Brendan Fraser did, and Bedazzled. And as I recall, I guess in last week's episode, which feels like we taped it like 5 weeks ago. That couldn't be the case.
Nope.
We sort of tried to lead you towards Bedazzled because it was sort of the one we wanted to watch the most, in the same way that we tried to lead you towards Frank Langella in the previous poll, which was, what was that one? Frank Langella, Cameron Diaz, James Marsden, right?
Correct.
And y'all,
The Box.
That came from The Box, and because we wanted to, I don't know what we wanted to watch, Frost Nixon or Masters of the Universe. Probably
Cutthroat Island.
Probably one of those.
Pirate Frank.
So we led you horses to water, and you didn't drink on Frank Langella. So we went ahead with Cameron Diaz and did the sweetest thing, which was a terrible movie that made Drew mad. Which and skip a few more, and then to whatever. I don't remember the order of movies. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, we got to Furry Van. Oh yeah, same director.
Yeah, I'm a fucking doctor.
Same director as The Sweetest Thing. Oscar-winning Roger Cumble. got us to Furry Vengeance, and then then for the Brendan Fraser movie, we gave you George of the Jungle, Dudley Do Right, and Bedazzled, which we really emphasized that that's the one we wanted to watch. And then you guys on the old Twitter poll, let me just pull up the numbers here. Let's see, from 180 votes, 11.1% for Dudley Do Right, because you guys are anti-Canadian, that's fine. 28.3% for Bedazzled, and 60.6% for George of the Jungle, nearly 2/3 of the vote, and in fact more than 3/5 of the vote, if my fraction reducing is correct. So you notice that may not jive with the title of today's episode. That's because you guys got it wrong.
You're idiots.
You're stupid. We gave you one thing to do, and you couldn't even do that. And
after the injustice suffered on the Frank Langella, we're not doing another injustice.
We're not putting up with it again. We're just going to do the one we want to do.
Are you going to anger cry again?
No. We tried to do democracy, and much like America, it is again proven that it doesn't work.
The news is now Stalinist Russia.
Yeah.
We're doing what's best for the country.
The only type of government that works in history is a benevolent dictatorship. Nothing else has ever worked.
Can we have more Gaddafi talk?
We can have so much more Gaddafi talk.
Gaddafi corner?
I don't know if he was the most benevolent dictator. I'd say he had a couple areas to work on. Pol Pot was tight.
Pol
Pot just wrecked Cambodia. just ran roughshod, and more power to him. One of the greatest mass murderers of all time.
Idi Amin.
Idi's tight. He's the last king of Scotland.
Yeah.
And I guess we said something racist about him last episode of the
You
before.
did.
I don't think so. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. And there it is. So like we'll give you guys more tries. Like there will be a poll for the next one. There will be a poll because we chose Bedazzled, directed by Harold Ramis, a noted director and actor and writer who has done other things, which gives us a wide breadth of things to choose from for the next one. Unlike, I'm going to say, the director of George of the Jungle, but you guys didn't think that far ahead, did you? No, that's up to Daddy once again.
Idiots.
So yeah, we'll let you
dog.
We'll let you pick the next Harold Ramis movie, unless it's not the one we want to do. All right? Do we understand each other? Are we on the same page here? Okay. Anything else you needed to say about it?
Nope.
We're good.
You covered it.
It's
covered the idiocy of our fan base.
Yeah. It's Bedazzled time. I haven't seen this movie since I saw it in the theater in the year 2000. You last saw it when?
I don't know. Probably 2000.
You watched it last week in preparation to watch it today?
Yeah. I knew that it wasn't going to get picked, so I watched it just in case. No, I think maybe, I don't know, early-ish 2000s, like mid-2000s.
Probably 15 years?
Yeah.
So we both weren't that fresh on this, so
But I feel like I've seen it a lot.
Oh,
so like in those early years, I probably rented it quite a few times.
Just see it once in 2005.
Yeah, I probably saw it like 4 times.
Okay. So would you consider yourself an expert?
I would say I'm an expert.
Okay.
I remembered almost everything that happened in the movie except for one thing.
Yeah, you were pretty on top of like each next thing that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So we start on Brendan Fraser, who's what, like a tech support?
Yeah, he's like a tech support guy.
He
the thing that made you so mad right at the beginning.
I had to rewind within the first 30 seconds of the movie because someone calls in with some question about it, and he knows exactly what they're talking about right away. He's like, "Oh yeah, this model 128 gigs of RAM, 27 gig hard drive." I'm like, "No." What? There's no possible
I'm
way.
sorry, what?
They landed on a 27 gig hard drive.
Also, what would that even be able to run?
Well, in 2000, that's
Oh,
fine.
I guess in 2000.
That's
yeah.
fine, actually. It's not the general size. It's the specific amount.
Right,
I don't
not like a
think-
30 or a 25.
Not a 30, not a 25. 27. I'm like, that's nonsense writing. So I did have to rewind in case I misheard. No, it was definitely a 27 gig hard drive, which is probably a decent sized hard drive in 2000, but they didn't make those. Or they did. There were no odd numbered hard drives. That's bonkers. So so I was pissed at that and then I just sort of missed the first half of the movie in the rage I was in over the 27 gig hard drive. Brendan Fraser's rocking the classic. It's actually more of a mid to late 90s, but I guess this was filmed in 99. The classic middle part.
Yeah.
Hairstyle.
Yeah.
Love it.
The
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
yeah, the JTT.
Yeah.
The writer of this movie, or one of the writers, because the other one's Harold Ramis, also wrote My Fellow Americans,
which came up when Hail to the Chief played, and we sang the lyrics to Hail to the Chief.
If you don't, I'll have to kill.
Oh yeah. Good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
We should somehow work our way towards that.
I have no problem working my way towards My Fellow Americans.
And also Out to Sea.
And just all of the
Jack Lemmon
all the Jack Lemmons
90s movies.
As long as
because he's good.
As long as we get to see Glenn Gay.
Glenn Gay.
My favorite.
The ultimate bro movie.
Yeah.
Dudes rock because there's no women in the movie.
Yeah. Brendan, what's it? Elliot
Richards.
Elliot Richards. Ooh, full names. I like it.
Government names.
Yep. Is I don't know, a fucking loser with bad social skills.
Yeah, like a total fucking dweeb.
Yeah. No friends. His work friends don't like him and make fun of him.
Yeah.
And
I mean, friends is a loose term.
Yeah, they're not
his coworkers.
Yeah, his coworkers. Well, like at the beginning, I don't know, because his view very much changes. Because I think at the beginning he thinks they're his friends, and then
or like he just thinks that he's like one of the guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
Boys on the side.
Boys on the side.
Drew Barrymore.
Girls in cars.
Drinking coffee with comedians. So yeah, there's, I don't know, some bitch at work that he
thinks is super hot, but
is super hot.
Is, I guess, hot by 99 standards.
Yeah, Frances O'Connor, who had a nice little 3-year run in movies.
She's in that. She's in Timeline with Paul Walker.
Ooh, okay.
And that's the only other movie.
Those are all the movies she's in. Yeah, so I don't know, and like his
and also P.S. She's not really that attractive. She's fine.
She's fine, in fact. And yeah, his coworkers are like actively mean to him because they're like, "Hey, go ask out."
Yeah. Oh, hey, why don't you go hit on her?
Frances O'Connor.
Why don't you go hit on her?
And he does. It goes badly, and she leaves, and then it's. I do kind of respect the no time wasted aspect of the movie. Like they set things up for maybe not even 5 minutes, and then boom, it's Liz Hurley time, who also had a nice 3-year run in movies. You got this, you got your Austin Powers, and you're kind of out after that.
Didn't she? She was in some like British rom-com with Hugh.
Notting Hill.
Is she not? No, not
she played Julia Roberts in Notting Hill.
Ah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You got it. You nailed it.
So yeah, because he like wishes that he could get pussy, basically. And Liz Hurley's like, true. Did someone say pussy?
Hello? Are we telling jokes?
And so Liz Hurley shows up, and then it's devil time. Liz Hurley's the devil. which she tells him very early on. He doesn't believe her, and then she proves it, and then he believes her, which is pretty reasonable. This is canonically a Christian movie.
Yep.
The devil exists, and then she says, "Don't ask me if God exists." Everyone asks, and he's like, "Okay, but yeah, like, does he?" And she's like, "Yes, he does." So, one, Christian movie, God exists, devil exists, God's a man, devil's a woman.
Yeah.
So all of my
Jesus is white.
Jesus is white. Santa's white.
Santa's white.
Jesus is Santa. Not everyone knows that.
Oh,
Yeah.
big reveal.
Big reveal. And that's not part of the movie. That's just things we're saying. And so that was cool. So she shows him what he could have, because she wants to grant him 7 wishes in exchange for his soul. So on a multi-screen setup, she shows Francis O'Connor running on the beach to this long-haired Fabio type, and he's like, "Why are you showing me this? Why are you showing me someone else getting pussy?" But then a Fabio turns around, and boom, Brendan Fraser with Fabio hair getting pussy.
Getting pussy.
Full penetration.
Full pen.
Interesting in a PG movie.
Yep.
But this would have been PG.
And
right?
also it was her pegging him, so that's why it was full pen.
Double interesting.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Yeah, sign this contract, get these wishes," and look, the only plot hole in the movie, everything else airtight, but the only plot hole is, like, he has just found out decisively that God and the devil exist.
Yeah.
And he is pretty quick to sign away his soul, which he now knows for a fact is real.
Yeah.
And
there's one thing I know for sure is that God is real, and I'm going to give the devil my soul.
Yeah. Yeah, he is very quick to condemn himself for eternity for the promise of pussy.
Yeah.
Which,
as you should.
Men do be like that.
Men do be like that. Women be shopping.
And men
Women
be
shopping.
signing away souls for pussy.
Who do you talk to about pussy?
The devil.
Dear the devil, can I get some pussy?
So he has his wishes. She gives him a pager.
Yeah.
To dial 666 on in the event that any of his wishes don't go well.
Yes.
And he's like, "Why would that happen?" She's like, "Oh no, just in case. You never know what's gonna happen." And then from there on, it's just basically Twilight Zone Monkey's Paw, but comedy.
Yeah.
Largely, he. I don't know. You can probably remember everything. The first one was wishes to be married to Francis O'Connor and Rich and Powerful.
And Rich and Powerful.
So she's like, boom, you're Pablo Escobar, and Francis O'Connor is married to you, but hates you.
Yeah, married
Got
to
your
you, but
ass.
wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah. And Brendan's doing some fairly heavy Latinx face in this, good sneeze, in this scenario.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have done it exactly like this now.
Well, you never know.
Well, you never know, but and also the the second, because he like wakes up in bed with her, but like they're they're dark-haired Colombians, and the second he wakes up, I'd have been pissed already. I'm like, I wished for white Francis O'Connor. This was not part of the deal.
Yeah, I don't want this Latina bitch.
Quote Drew, January 17th, 2022. I don't want this Latina bitch. Yep. Yep.
You heard me. Never again.
So it goes badly, and he ends up falling out of a helicopter.
He falls out of a helicopter and punches the number.
Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, you kind of boned me on that." She's like, "Did I do that?" And he's like, "Yes, you bitch. You did that." So the next one is what? He's like, the next one is, is the next one sensitive?
The
Or is there another
next
one?
one.
Do they already read her? Is the next thing they read her diary?
Yes.
Yeah. So, because she didn't like rich and powerful.
Yeah.
Brennan, or maybe she didn't like a drug lord. Who's to say? But they go incognito, or just invisible to her room, watch her shower, which is pretty cool. And
Type move.
And read her diary, and her diary says it sounds like she wants a sensitive guy, so he wishes to be which is a stupid ass wish, wishes to be the most sensitive guy in the world.
And then he says the most emotionally
she's
sensitive.
like, damn, that would have been
Like,
fun.
I could have had a fun time
Which
with
would
that.
have been fun, just like everything hurts him.
Yeah. Yeah. Sun, water, air.
Yeah.
This blanket. Touch.
Yeah. So so then they're on the beach. He has a different look for each one of these wish scenarios.
Yeah. Like, I get the Colombian drug lord one.
Sure, because you're in Colombia,
Yeah.
so you'd be Colombian. But the other one's like, why couldn't he just look
Yeah.
like Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, why can't he just be himself?
But this one, he's got like floppy late 90s Ryan Phillippe hair.
Yeah.
And
which is lighter than his regular hair.
Yeah, different colored hair. Like, I don't
and
know.
blue contacts, and he's kind of got like
bright
freckly skin a little bit.
I'm like, I don't know why that would be part of it.
Maybe it's a reference to something. I don't know.
Maybe it is, but yeah, I honestly don't know what. So so they're together on the beach, and he cries at the sunset a lot because it's so beautiful.
And he tries to sing her. He sings her a song about dolphins. He wants to write her a poem.
Draws her portrait. And then his work friends, co-workers show up in every scenario. They were like his henchmen in Drug Lord Town, and this one they're beach bullies.
They're beach bullies. They're bros
who kick sand in the 98-pound weakling's face.
Yeah.
And then his wish was to be the most emotionally sensitive guy in the world, and for her to be in love with him. Which I feel like this one's kind of bullshit.
This one is kind of bullshit.
You know
what's good? Beef.
Beef. Thank you. First episode callback. She immediately goes and fucks one of the bullies.
Yeah, she's like, I love you. You understand I love you, but like you're too emotional and I'm gonna go fuck this guy.
So you don't love him that much.
You don't love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the devil definitely fucked him on that one. And also, what a whore. She loves him, but she's gonna go fuck this bro?
Yeah.
She's like, I just need somebody that's gonna ignore me and treat me like garbage.
I literally wrote down, I want a man who will ignore me and take me for granted. Yeah. I'm like, you bitch.
You idiot. You bitch. You goddamn bitch.
Yeah. And I don't know if I wrote it after this one or after the next one. Regardless, Allison is a bitch in every reality.
She is. She absolutely is. She's like completely unlikable.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, by the 7th wish, we're like, why do you still want her?
Yeah. Like, even after the wishes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's still a bitch.
Yeah. So this one goes poorly. And then he goes the other way the next time. He wants to be
big, macho.
Because we determined that even the you know what? Actually saying this and thinking about it is actually funny. Even the shit women write in their own diary is a lie. They can't stop lying.
They can't stop lying, and they don't know what they want.
So he's like, I'm gonna be a big, strong athlete guy. And so he does that. So he basically becomes the aforementioned Bryant Big Country Reeves.
Local references get you local work.
Hey, he was an all-star ? There's no way.
No, I don't think so.
No, probably not.
I mean, he was so injury prone that he barely played.
He was a big goof. Anyway, giant, like an athletic version of a giant, dumb white guy basketball player who could also like dunk and like dribble past defenders, which is often a stumbling block for a lot of.
He was 1996 NBA All Rookie second team.
Not even the first team.
That's it though.
Sad.
6 seasons, all with Vancouver.
What a career. Was he in Vancouver as long as Vancouver existed as a team? Did he leave when we went? He's like, I'm going to Memphis, even though I look like I'm from Memphis and sort of am.
He moved with the team to Memphis, but he was hurt that entire season and retired halfway through.
Huh.
So he never actually played for
Memphis.
Memphis.
He's like, I'll go, but I'm playing.
Yeah, no.
Vancouver's my home. Can't you tell from this is a Vancouver accent.
It's a good accent. You know what though? As much shit as we give him,
You put up numbers?
first 3 seasons he averaged 13, 16, 16.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, but then after that, not so much. I mean, he only played 25 games. So, and he played 69 games the next year. Nice.
Hell yeah. So Fraser's a white Michael Jordan with an alive father and no gambling debts. And he's in the but he's a real dumb meathead, which is weird because
it's almost as if he was a basketball player who didn't go to university.
Amazing, but like the rules of it are very strange. He seems self-aware that like this is a wish, but he also like can't in this scenario he can't help from being dumb, and like in other ones, he's smarter than he actually is, and in other ones, he speaks Spanish.
Yep.
It's very interesting how the reality of it works. But anyway, Allison is a sports reporter in this one. Comes in the locker room, wants that dick until she sees that dick.
Is a total fucking whore,
an absolute prostitute, and then sees the dick and passes because it is not proportional to his size. Because you see his dick is only 7 inches.
Yeah.
But he's really tall.
Yeah.
So his dick should be like 9.5 inches. So she's like, get that weak shit out of here.
Yeah. I need a monster dong.
I want
it to hurt so bad I have to go to the doctor. The next day I have to go to the doctor and explain to him that I got dicked so good that I can't walk.
I want my gynecologist to commit suicide when she sees what happened down there.
How awesome is it that a vagina doctor is called a gynecologist?
You know what?
You ever think about that?
I never thought about that. It should be a woman-ecologist.
A woman-ecologist. Why can't it be Womanchester?
Guys only ecologist. I like that.
Also, I don't want to. No, fuck it. I'll say it.
Oh boy,
isn't it kind of?
What's the deal?
Isn't it kind of fucked up that there are male gynecologists?
Oh, they know exactly what they're doing.
But like, you'd think at this point in our society, women like wouldn't let men be gynecologists.
You wouldn't think, but they cracked the code.
They found a loophole in the system. They found the Jesus sex of being a doctor.
They really did. Like it feels like a hack bit, but like I think it's still true.
Yeah.
Like you know what you're doing when that's the field you decide on.
I don't think you go to medical school as a man and just default, like kind of fall ass backwards into being a vagina doctor. You go to medical school and you're like, I want to be able to touch as many vaginas as I want for the rest of my life.
I want to Wilt Chamberlain this shit.
Age doesn't matter.
Absolutely not. Mostly old, in fact.
Yeah, I guess. But there's also young.
How young?
As young as he wants. He's the
Interesting.
He's the doctor.
He's the doctor. So he makes the rules.
He makes the rules. And no one can get mad at him.
It's true. He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Doctors never got in trouble.
You're a doctor? Fucking right, I'm a doctor. I'm a pussy doctor.
Oh yeah, I wrote down so there's all kinds of little like devil and hell references throughout. So Brendan Fraser's basketball team is the Diablos, and I didn't catch the city. Not that
it's the New York or the Los Angeles Diablos.
Los Angeles Diablos, and they were playing against, which is probably the funniest subtle thing in the movie.
Maybe
they're playing against the New York Shirts, which is great. Well, I might not have even noticed if you hadn't pointed that out. I'm like, oh, that's a delight.
Yeah. If you don't get the reference, is when you play schoolyard basketball, it's usually like shirts and skins. So one team takes their shirts off, and so you can know who's on your team.
Hopefully not the team with the fat kid.
No, it's always the team with the fat kid.
It's always the team with the fat kid.
Or the girl.
Or the girl. No. everything off. We said skins.
Yeah, we used to play with our friend Darren's girlfriend, and we would always put her on the skins team, and she would never comply. I mean, why would she?
Did you make her take a bra off?
No, she was Asian. She had small boobies.
Okay.
She had itty bitty titties.
We should form a committee.
We should.
So athlete doesn't work out, so then he goes the other way.
And he's super mad at her for giving him a small dick.
Super mad.
Yeah.
As he should.
So then
he's like,
the opposite of that.
Then I want to be fancy, intellectual, PS big dick.
Yeah.
And he did think this one through at least. Not like practical joke big, just meaty.
Yeah. Like a girthy,
some girth, some length.
Like a mandingo.
Like 2 Pepsi cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mandingo.
Like
I don't know if people know who that is, but look it up.
You're gonna like it.
But then that brought me to the argument of like, why would you, like, if you want to be a fucking NBA star, then just say I want the last.
Literally
thing,
do the last one,
but with brains and a dick.
But I'm smarter and big dick. Done. And you win.
There you go.
Yeah.
But no, he's got to like be mad about it and impulse make the decision of no, forget the last thing I said that I really liked.
Let's go an entirely different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. So this one, he's a successful writer.
A writer, and he's an intellectual. He's very handsome. He looks like himself.
Talking about rereading Camus and Sartre, I'm sure the writers of the movie thought felt very smart themselves. I guess Harold Ramis. He's like, I've heard of existentialism.
Yeah. He might have a prosthetic nose.
Yeah,
his nose was like long and thin.
He did in one of them, yeah.
And
maybe it was this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never just looks exactly like him. He had nice hair in this one.
Hair in this one.
Yeah. Better than the middle
So
part.
he's at a party.
Yeah.
Where everyone is like oohing and awing over him that he's writing his 4th book in 3 years.
Can you believe it?
And then the Orlando Jones character.
Yeah, we haven't said who the it's Orlando Jones, Toby Huss, and a guy I recognize but can't remember his name.
I don't know. He's a
character actor.
Tony Shalhoub.
No.
Stanley Tucci.
No, but kind of looks like both of them.
A third guy.
It could be. You know what? It's the third guy.
Max von Sydow.
No, I'm fairly confident.
You're drawing the line at Max von Sydow?
I am. Along with Namibian and Korean.
Yes.
It's too far.
No. It's too far.
So you're saying about Orlando Jones,
former
7-Up spokesperson.
Former 7-Up spokesperson. He was playing like an African
Paul
intellectual.
Adelstein is the third friend.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
Who's in some stuff?
He's in things.
Yeah,
people have seen him. He's around town.
You've seen him.
He's playing a African intellectual kind of doctor guy.
Very.
We should have written down his name. Because it was
literally part of his last name was Giggity Giggity.
Yeah, it was Giggity Giggity Chuku or something.
Yeah. After Orlando Jones himself saying about his 4th book being published,
and then he had already won the Pulitzer Prize, even though it hadn't been published.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he'd already won the Pulitzer.
Yeah. So he sees the Allison character at the party, and she approaches him, and she's like, awestruck that he's this famous writer, even though she didn't know who he was when he walked in.
Yeah.
And then they had to explain to her, oh, that's the famous writer, Elliot Richards. And she's like, oh my God, I've read all of his books, but you don't know what he looks like, you dumb bitch. And so then he, of course, charms her and wines and dines her and is gonna 69 her.
Oh.
But they go back to his apartment, and he's very flirty, and she's like, wow, this apartment screams Elliot Richards. And he goes, well, actually, most of the screaming goes on back there, which is very smooth.
Pretty good.
And so they go back, and he
because that's where I do murder.
That's where I kill people. So he picks her up and carries her into the bedroom, and as they get into the bedroom, under the covers is a very effeminate looking, very homosexual Toby Huss.
Toby Huss in a page boy haircut. Yeah, honestly, Toby Huss with anything more than peach fuzz hair looks hilarious.
Yes. With lip gloss and a little bit of foundation
makeup.
on.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, wait a minute, like, I'm not gay. And he goes, oh, really? Well, who was in the cast of, and then he names a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser goes like, well, this
Well,
person.
I assume you mean the original production.
This person. I was assuming you mean the original cast because there was a revival in 1972. And so, oh my God.
I am gay.
He's like, oh my God, I am gay. And then he goes, wait a minute. Okay, kiss me. I'll prove to you I'm not gay. And then Toby Huss goes, oh my God, this will be rich. And Brendan Fraser turns and yells him, shut up, you bitch.
That was good. I love calling Toby Huss a bitch.
And then he gives her like this big, long, passionate like dip and kiss.
Yeah.
And Pop Smoke goes, well, I am gay.
I'm gay.
Thank you very much for coming.
Shakes her hand, which was a nice touch. Is like, see you later.
Very good. Shut up, you bitch.
And then back to Liz and like all the interstitials. Like Liz Hurley is in like a different fetish costume for each in between.
Yeah.
Of all the wishes we had,
She's like a traffic cop.
We had nurse. We had slutty nurse. We had slutty school teacher.
Yeah.
We had slutty cop.
Yeah.
What other ways are there to be slutty?
Later, there's an angel, slutty angel.
Slutty angel. Yeah.
There's something else. Yeah.
But yeah. She checks every box of slutty bingo.
Yeah.
And then from intellectual big dick, we go to what? What's the...
What have we had? We've had Colombian...
Oh, do we go president?
President.
I can't remember what the rationale was to get... Because that was a real out of left field one.
Well, it was respects. He wants respect.
He wants respect, and he also kind of spun it as being, like, altruistic. Like, what's the best thing I can do for the world? Oh, yes. Make myself president.
Yeah, be the president.
Yeah. So, boom, he's Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. I'm the president of the bank.
Yeah. So
he becomes Abe Lincoln, and he immediately like realizes he's Abe Lincoln. And, so he like trying to panic to get out of it.
We're going to a play. Uh-oh.
I've already seen this play. I'm pretty sure I've already seen it. And they're like,
it's a new play.
But it's one of those things where like they're all trying to like, hey, no, like you have to see this play. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure I've already seen it. They're like, no, come on, you haven't seen this play. You have to go to this play.
Yeah. Was Allison even in this one?
Yeah, she was the one that told him he had to go to the... She was his wife.
Yeah.
She was Mary Todd, like the annoying bitch.
Yeah. And crazy. Like...
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So good wish there. Spoiler, it goes bad, and he pages his way out of it just before
getting
John Wilkes
blown
Booth
in the head.
shoots him in the goddamn brain.
In the brain.
And so that's 5? Yeah. I think that, was that the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
he gets 7 wishes.
5 was actually 6.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I got 2 more. She's like, bitch, you got 1 more.
You got 1.
And he's like, bitch, I got 2 more. And then she says, it's not a tumor. And then everyone laughs. Because again, a little more bullshit, I'd like to call it on. Before any contracts were signed, she like to test things in the first place. She's like, wish for something. He's like, I wish for a Big Mac and a Coke. So a bus pulls up, and then they get on the bus,
take the bus to McDonald's,
go into McDonald's, He orders a Big Mac and a Coke. She makes him pay. And that's one of the wishes.
Yeah.
Occurred before the contract. She did nothing. So again, total bullshit.
Are you going to tell the devil it's bullshit? The devil can do whatever he, she, it wants.
What the devil can do whatever they want to. The devil's a they, them.
The devil went down to Georgia and bought some sweet Georgia gold and brought it up here for me.
Shout out to long lost limited time KFC flavors.
Yeah, that one was delicious.
It was,
but they only have the Nashville hot still.
Yeah, which I had over the weekend.
Good for you. Good for you.
I was happy, but I was eating it. I'm like, this could be Georgia Gold.
So you had KFC and Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, they're on different days.
Just have chicken the whole time?
I just had a lot of chicken.
All right. I'm not arguing with you. Just interesting. No Taco Bell, no Arby's, no Sonic, no Shake Shack. Now that they're in Washington,
I didn't think about Shake Shack. I did also have Taco Bell.
You stupid bitch. You're as dumb as a dog. I had Christmas cookie milkshake, and it was amazing.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I need me some Shake Shack back in my life.
I need you.
Out of
No.
Oh,
I know you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot later. Excuse me, I believe that jacket belongs to Mr. Gilmore.
A man has never run less.
Yeah.
Than the guy who played Jaws in
The shark? It was Bruce? That's right, the shark's name is Bruce.
You know what? I like that you know that.
Well, of course. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
The guy who played Jaws in James Bond in Happy Gilmore.
Rami Malek?
No.
Oh.
Not Rami Malek. The guy.
Who's in that movie for all of 5 minutes, apparently?
That's funny.
And is the villain?
5 of, 172? Too many. So he's down to his last wish, which he's pissed off about, and he's just like, I don't want to do it.
I'm just not going to make it.
I don't even care.
I'm not even going to put it in. I don't even care. I don't even
and
feel
she's
it.
like, actually, you do have to, or I'm going to do a bunch of CGI.
I'm going to do a bunch of 2000 CGI.
I'm going to do a bunch of year 2000 CGI. And so she does. And then, a big giant, she, sends him to hell. Your classic fire and brimstone.
Turns into the devil.
Then
just turns into a giant version of her.
Big her for you micro fetish guys. Shout out to you. And and she
could do some vor.
Yeah, then she eats him, and you see him go down her digestive tract. Then she gets
pushing out the stomach.
Yeah, then the stomach gets all pushed out, and then double fetish, she shits him into a diaper. And everybody wins.
Gross.
Fetishes are gross. Don't have them.
Yeah, that's right. Scott's fetish shaming you.
That's right. Just don't have them.
Don't have them.
Just not. You know what? Knock it off. How about that?
I'm okay with one, but I'm not going to tell you which one, and you have to guess. Not you, the audience. I don't want you to guess.
Send in your answers. Send in your answers in a poll that you answer wrong. You assholes.
I like this new game we're playing. Anyways, continue.
The poll, unless we disagree with it, then no poll.
The poll, except for if you don't choose the answer that's right,
we'll choose for you.
Yeah.
As God intended. So, yeah, and then... So she's about to, I guess, just kill him in hell. And then he's like, fine, I wish for Allison to have a happy life. And honestly, by this time, why do you give a shit?
Why would you fucking care? Every scenario, she's been a cunt to you.
Your best scenario with her was when she was Mary Todd, a noted crazy person.
Yeah. For all of 2 minutes.
For seconds. It's the only one where she didn't cheat on you or call you gay or point at your small dick.
Yeah.
So, man, she cheats on him in the first 2 wishes.
Yeah.
So, what could you even be wasting your time for at this point? But good on him, and then that's just a whole fucking Deus Ex Machina thing where there was a loophole in clause 14, article 12 of the contract where if you if you make some altruistic wish or something, it voids the whole contract, which seems like a stupid thing on the devil's part to put into the contract.
And if you're the devil, why would you give people an out?
Yeah.
You're the bad guy.
Or is she? Oh, yeah. And before that, he went to jail because he went to a church to talk to Father Brian Doyle Murray. About the deal he made with the devil, and it's unclear.
And that's enough to call the police and get him arrested.
Gets thrown in jail for drunken disorderly, and then it talks to Black God in jail. Oh yeah, so God's not white, but he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who I thought was someone, but looked up his filmography and isn't really someone. But
it's Cisco.
You know what? I thought it was Cisco. I honestly did kind of think it was a rapper. I guess just because he sort of looked like
one of Casey or JoJo.
I think it was JoJo.
Big Boy.
Andre. Run. DMC.
Jizza.
All the classic duos. Run and DMC. Yeah. So yeah. So God is a black man, as is established in the movie. So
How woke?
how pretty woke for 2000.
Yep.
I guess if the president can be black, so can God.
Yep.
The late
Asteroid
90s were-
killing for Earth. Black president's fault.
Exactly. So it makes the altruistic wish, voids the contract. They basically become friends afterwards. They're like,
Yep.
he's like super chill with the devil.
Yeah.
She
She had said a couple times in the movie that she genuinely likes him.
yeah,
Which, like, how much do you believe from the devil? But sure.
but it did kind of seem like she wanted to smash a few times.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like he just focused his attention on the
But
wrong
here's the
girl.
thing. That's not actually what the devil looked like.
No.
So he would be smashing who knows what. Maybe that demon thing that he saw in hell.
Oh, because that would be so terrible.
I don't know. Maybe it smells bad.
You know what?
For me, smells are really, really important. So if it stinks, I'm out.
What if it's too hot?
Like hot how? Like it'll
Temperature.
burn your penis off?
No, but it's uncomfortable.
Oh.
Like you want air conditioning and there isn't any.
I mean, I would just try and finish really quick.
Fair enough. Never been a problem. So how do we even end? So
She offers
they
him...
make friends.
Yeah.
She does kind of shoot the moon, which I respect. She offers him 7 more wishes,
Which we said,
fucking take it. You know the out now, dum dum.
yeah, just do some other fun shit that doesn't involve falling in love with her.
Yeah.
You got a second movie, and then on the last wish, just wish for world hunger to be over.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Yeah, but no, didn't take it up. Tired of wishes. Goes and sees real life Allison, who he's smoother with now because I don't
he's
know,
all cool.
Having a bunch of dumb wishes taught him how not to be borderline autistic around women. So
Taught him just to be Brendan Fraser.
Taught him,
Be a hunk.
At this point, he's just playing Brendan Fraser.
Be a hunk.
So he talks to her and she blows him up because she's already fucking someone.
Yeah.
So-
Like, good for you. Although maybe that was his wish.
Yeah, they could
Maybe.
be part of his wish.
Yeah.
Maybe the good life. Maybe she's getting that good dick.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
So-
she's maybe the size queen whore in her met a large African man with a huge penis
Maybe-
that was a supporting role in Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac.
Could be. She could. She could have hooked up with Jim Brown from his 1974 Playgirl spread,
Yep.
which my mother was scared by. It's a real thing.
I like how you said that last part like through your teeth. You're like, which was a real thing.
It was a real thing. Her friends at school or I guess university showed it to her, or just whenever showed it to her, and she could not believe what she was seeing. I believe the first 2 words out of her mouth were, "It's purple."
Well, I can't believe she would tell you that, but now I'm curious and I'm going to look at it.
I hope it's there.
I bet you it is.
Yeah. It'd be a damn shame
If that had been wiped from the
if
internet.
Jim Brown's big dick wasn't on the internet.
Oh my God.
Oh, you success?
Yeah.
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 Excellent. That's a hog.
That's a big old penis. I mean, I've seen a lot of big penises in my life, but
This is one of them.
good for him. Do you think he knew that mostly gay men looked at it? Do you think this was a Shawn Michaels situation?
I personally hope he did know that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type move.
I think that would be cool.
That's the type move.
That being said, I do not think he did.
Yeah,
Because I don't think he would have done it.
I don't think so either.
But a boy can dream that a woke Jim Brown in 1970 whatever
Yep.
just
Was like, you know what?
hogged up
Don't care.
for the boys at Stonewall.
Stonewall.
So yeah. So
September 1974.
wow, I got the year.
Yeah.
I'm almost embarrassed.
You can buy it on Amazon for $33.
That's not bad. I think I just got my mom's birthday present.
Are we doing it?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That's $33 isn't terrible for a
No.
really good joke.
No. Yeah. That is a really good joke.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna look into that.
Okay. Bad news.
Bad news, Brown. Jim Brown. Shipping is $400.
Well, no, the first one, because it's Amazon US, like .com.
Yeah.
The first one says good condition. This item cannot be shipped to your delivery location. The second one, used like new, $45.
How used?
Yeah, $45.
Sticky used?
$17 delivery.
$60.
Ships from Texas.
Hmm.
So that's the risk you got to take.
Look into it. It still might be a purchase.
It might be.
So yeah, Brendan Fraser gets spurned by the bitch he's been pining over the entire movie. We walk past Liz Hurley and Black God playing chess because
That's later.
Because we're not. Oh yeah.
He goes upstairs and his coworkers are like mocking him for being like a goofball, but now he's like super macho boss cool guy.
And then he tries to kill one.
And he tries to fucking kill one of them, and then they all get scared and run away.
Alone. And they all had somewhere to go. They all like went to their cubicle, except Toby Huss, who was standing behind all the cubicles and just had to slowly bend down like you're doing the elevator gag behind a wall.
Very funny.
Pretty good. And then he's walking up one of those awful San Francisco hills.
No, he's riding his bike.
He's riding his bike, even so.
And he's riding his bike like it was nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was so light and free and happy that he was just like floating up the hill.
Because he's a hunk.
He's a hunk?
Hunks don't have trouble biking on hills.
He's a twunk. He's a twink and a hunk.
And then, there's a kind of confusing part at the end where a woman played by Frances O'Connor, who is moving
into his building,
who he like hits it off with and helps move, and obviously they're gonna smash and whatever. But like he asked her like, "Do you have a sister or anything?" She's like, "No." I'm like, okay, so like, has this person always existed? Did the magical god and devil people create this person from whole cloth because she looks like the bitch he wanted to smash, but is a different entity?
That's like his reward.
It's very strange.
Very strange. He gets to fuck a girl that's
at
pretty
the end
much
of the day.
same.
He gets to fuck a Frances O'Connor, and yeah, they're walking down the promenade, whatever, and they walk past Hurley and Black God playing chess, and she cheats, but they seem to be they're friends at the end of the day. And that was sort of like the religious message, as like God and the devil aren't so different, and
it's about the human, the individual person, and the choices they make.
Yeah. So stop killing each other in the name of religion, or in the name of love. And that's the movie. Then we get the closing credits with some real year 2000 sounding music.
Yeah. Very, very quick, funny Brendan Fraser story is I remember back in the day, my gay uncle, who was very much into Brendan Fraser as a gay sexual attraction.
Nice.
Wanted to rent a Brendan Fraser movie to watch with his romantic partner because they, I guess, wanted
wife?
My gay uncle and his wife wanted to rent a movie.
I'm trying to give you an out. Just say wife.
And they went to the movie. They went to like the Rogers Video to rent a movie.
Yeah.
And they ended up renting Journey to the Center of the Earth, not realizing it was a kid's movie, expecting him to, like, I don't know, take his shirt off or something.
Sure. I mean, it gets hot down there. I would expect him to pop a shirt off.
And they watched the whole movie, and afterwards they were like, I don't think I'm into him anymore. So I guess when he's not, like, being sweaty and hunky, and he's kind of being, like, dumb and a kid's movie.
No appeal.
No appeal.
Sad.
Nope.
Hopefully he gets them back with The Whale.
Maybe.
Hopefully that... Is he gay in The Whale? Is he gay? Can you be... honest question.
Okay.
Honest question.
Okay.
Can you be gay and fat?
I mean, you're both.
I don't know why I walked into that.
I know.
And my feelings have been irreparably hurt.
I also feel bad because you're not fat.
Aw. but I sort of am.
No.
And also sort of gay.
Yeah, I wasn't taking back the first one.
I'm sorry about the fat part.
I'm sorry that I said you were overweight. End of sentence.
So that was Bedazzled by Harold Ramis.
That was better, you idiots.
It wasn't George of the Jungle. Who? Okay.
I would have even settled for Dudley Do-Right, only because I've never seen it, and it's based on a Canadian.
It is based on a real Canadian. Former Prime Minister Dudley Do-Right. So who directed George of the Jungle that we would have had? I didn't know Leslie Mann
Sophia Loren.
Sam Wiseman.
Yeah, which I looked up.
Who we would have had to do something by. That's a whole lot of TV. What do we have in terms of feature films? Nope. 1 episode, 2 episode, 4. Ooh, 57 episodes of Family Ties.
Oh, did he get to do the good one? Oh, that's not Family Ties.
I would like to know what you think you're talking about. I don't think there's one where Meredith Baxter Burney gets raped. Still looking for a feature film. Bye Bye Love, George of the Jungle, The Out of Towners, What's the Worst That Could Happen? That's that Martin Lawrence one.
Mighty Ducks 2.
Mighty Ducks.
Dickie Roberts, former child star.
You know what? I would do
that's
Dickie.
it.
Oh, no. I don't want to do.
You were thinking.
I totally was.
Yeah. You were thinking of Bucky Larson.
I was thinking Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star.
Yeah.
I have no interest in Dickie Roberts.
I've seen it
child
1
star.
star. It was bad.
Yeah, I don't care about child star David Spade. I care about Tiny Dick Come Fast porn star Nick
Tiny
Swart.
Dick Come Fast.
Yeah,
that is quite the name.
that's his Indian name.
That's his Indian name.
So that's why we're not doing Sam Wiseman. I guess we would have. I don't know. Mighty Ducks. 2.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Or What's the Worst That Could Happen, and see if it's any good.
Yeah, which it wouldn't be. So
I know it's got Danny DeVito and John Leguizamo, and I like both of them.
Sure, and I'm sure they'd have
Who wrote
made
it?
the
Who's
movie
writer?
good.
Name me the writer.
Aaron Sorkin.
Name me the writer.
Charlie Kaufman.
Donald E. Westlake.
Sounds made up.
Who directed a lot of stuff. Or sorry, wrote a lot of stuff. Okay, well, too late.
Anyway.
Too late.
We're doing
Too
Harold
sad.
Ramis.
So sad. Too bad.
You know what? And as an apology, as a make good, we're giving you 4 options, which we might agree with if you pick the correct one.
Don't fuck it up.
Look, I don't think it's too much to ask to not totally fuck this up. Am I wrong? Am I the bad guy here?
No, it's the children that are wrong.
Is not asking them not to fuck it up too much?
I think so.
Anyway, we're going to give you 4 options in chronological order: National Lampoon's Vacation, Multiplicity, Analyze This, Not Analyze That,
Correct.
and The Ice Harvest. We're giving you 4. Vacation, Multiplicity, Analyze This, The Ice Harvest.
Now
those are your options.
Fuck it up.
Don't disappoint me. Although I don't actually know which one. You know, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not even going to lead you anywhere. But by next week, I will have definitely decided which one I do want to see. And then we'll see if the poll is rendered moot or not.
I think I know which one I want to see. Well, I've only not seen one of them.
I haven't seen 2 of them.
Okay.
One is the same as you.
Yeah.
And the other is not, as per the rules of numbers.
One is not 2. I got it.
Very good. 2 cannot be 1. 2 can become 1, Spice Girl style.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if
that song's about fucking, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Spice Girls like to fuck.
Oh, yeah, and when Brendan was magically in Allison's bedroom reading her diary and invading her privacy, so she, he was invisible and she couldn't see him, and at one point she walked through him, and Brendan tried to insinuate to Liz Hurley, kind of as a brag to her, even though she orchestrated the whole thing. Yeah, we kind of fucked for a minute there. She was inside me.
Yeah, she was inside. I was inside.
Yeah.
We were one.
Yeah, we're cool, Brendan.
Yep.
So those are your options. And to reiterate, all requests spectacular coming up. Deadline, February 15th. Pick a movie. Pick more than one movie. Send $20 or more per movie to paypal.me/notscotthenson, NOTSCOTTHENSON, and tell us what you want and what to call you, or we'll call you by our name.
Or you can just send us money and ask us to pick a movie for you.
Yeah, you can pull a movie phone. You can pull a why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see? And we will. Spoiler, it'll be The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. As many times as it takes. Oh, yeah. I didn't know Harold Ramis had been dead for that long. I thought he died like
2 years ago?
Thursday.
Yeah.
And not 8 years ago.
Yeah. Long ass time, right?
Damn. Well, that's why Ghostbusters was bad.
Sure.
The end. I didn't see it. Did you?
Nope.
Nope.
I do like Paul Rudd, though.
I like Paul Rudd, too.
He's so handsome.
He's
kiss
so
him.
cool. Wonder if Slimer comes. Is there a Slimer in the movie?
Good day.
You think those kids get slimed?
Oh, I'll slime those kids.
Okay, that's enough. We'll see you later.